Happy Sunday, Rico.
Yep. Another Sunday, another episode.
Podcast.
You know what? Everyone should they don't have to like the videos, but just subscribe to the channel, and then you can tell whenever we come out with a new one. You know what I mean? It might not always be clockwork.
I got you.
Maybe one day we're gonna skip or something, but I don't want to promote it or I don't like putting it up on things. I just,
Definitely.
It's just like people who
people that know.
Yeah. So I mean, subscribe, and if you want, just put the notification button, because I don't make videos other than these now. I'm not gonna well, I mean, who knows? I might make another how-to thing about alpha or some shit, but probably not.
How to crip walk or
No. It's going to glitches and
that's
shit
cool
in the
though.
game.
I like that.
Yeah. But all right, what are we gonna talk about?
I mean, we can start off by maybe apologizing if I don't speak properly because my teeth have been yanked out of my face.
Oh yeah, you got some teeth removed.
Got some teeth removed, so sorry in advance if I fuck any words up, boys.
Or if you get mad and start.
Yeah, if I start hitting Rico or
You're irritable.
I'm a little irritable. I haven't been eating much.
Okay.
Just been eating that liquid diet and starving, boys.
Damn.
Fucking starving.
When was the last time you ate?
I've been trying to eat. I think I ate this morning. We made some eggs and potatoes, but it's just any sort of solid food is just impossible for me to eat.
Because it's on both sides.
It's on both sides. What do you do?
Fuck.
Eat on the front, you're just and I only have 2 teeth that connect on the front.
It's like a horse.
Yeah, it's so bad, dude. I just need to be bird fed, dude. That's the truth, man.
Damn, that's brutal. I know. I don't know. My teeth. I never have one pulled. I had a cap on though. It wasn't too far gone, but I had a big cavity and it broke a big part of my tooth off.
That's what happened with me.
It got worn out, and then I noticed food kept getting stuck in there crazy, and I was like, bro, there's something's wrong. And I went to the doctor your tooth chipped pretty bad. You're probably gonna have to get a cap. It's still a good tooth.
Definitely.
So they were just we'll cap it. And actually, they fucked it up the first time. And I told them, I was it was the next day. And I was dude, my tooth doesn't feel I was is this what it's going to be forever? I was I don't know if I'm... I don't know if I really like the idea of this. No, it did not
when
feel
you bit down,
right. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
The bite was wrong. Everything was wrong about it. And I told the guy, and then I went 6 months later, and I was dude, I've been living with this, and what is it supposed to feel like? He's it's supposed to feel completely normal. And I was
this shit ain't normal.
I was I think there's something wrong with it. He's well, I don't know. He didn't do anything. Rip that dentist, because he died from COVID, actually. It was just kind of fucked up.
That's a tragedy, actually.
Later on, I was eating a dinner, and I was chewing, and my cap just fell off.
That happened to my dad, too.
And I freaked out. I was what do I do? And I could feel it was starting to hurt, and I just rinsed it off. I stuck it back in, and I had a mouthpiece that I sleep with because I grind my teeth sometimes.
Damn.
And I just put it in, and I just went to bed. And I woke up in the morning. I didn't go to work. I went straight to the dentist, and I was hey, remember that fucking tooth I was complaining about? I was now you're gonna fix it for free. You fucking It was so epic, dude.
Dude, this was so. I've had 3 root canals in the past 5 years.
Oof.
I've had some teeth problems. For some reason, I eat a lot of candy. It's my fucking fault, but my teeth rot from the inside out.
Ugh.
So it'll look like a normal tooth, but on the inside, it's almost hollowed out. So then when it cracks, it's just an empty tooth. And it sucked because I thought I was going to get 2 root canals. And the guy was we can't save these, dude.
Fuck.
And I was gosh damn it. And I've never had a tooth. I've had 1 tooth pulled, but it was not even a tooth anymore. It was just a fragment, so it was really easy to get out. This dude was cranking that, dude. Cranked that soldier boy right on my fucking jaw, dude. It was fucked up.
It's scary. Whenever I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, I went under. So
I wish I would have done that, though.
It was epic, because I was fucking jacked afterwards, bro. I woke up, and I was just what the fuck? And there was all this shit in my mouth, and no one was around. I was just in this room by myself, and there's all this shit on me, and I start ripping fucking shit. It was I was really scared, because I didn't remember why I was there. I was what the fuck is going on? And then some lady found me in the hallway, and I was just screaming and she's fuck. She's someone please. And then my mom went to come pick me up, and I was still so fucked up. And I go in the parking lot, and I'm just I was people don't think I know how to dance. I was like, but I know how to dance. And I start like dancing. I was so high, dude.
That's so legit.
It was so bad. My mom was like, you're fucking stupid. Like, get in the car, let's go. And I was just like, I can dance. And I was like moshing. It was
so good. Well, it's like the worst experience because it's like, they give you a fucking appointment. Mine was at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
I get there at fucking like 1:45, like a champion. I see 8 other people walk in for 2 o'clock appointments. So I'm just like,
where'd you go?
Gentle Dental, right by the mall in by North County Fair, right by Cheetos and all those.
That's a dentist on
There's a
there?
dentist over there, yeah.
Next to like Rock and Roll Pizza.
Yeah. My brother had a slice from there too. He said it was so good.
That place is bomb.
But so I go in there, and there's 2 or 3 other people getting teeth extractions. So they fucking line us up like a fucking oil change, bro. Just fucking 3 cars next to each other.
They're like telling you to come forward.
Yeah, he's like,
drive it to the back, straighten your wheels out. You're just like, oh.
And the girl that's supposed to administrate, they're gonna give me laughing gas, which I've never had before.
Oh yeah, that's what I got.
was freaking out, so scared. And this girl's giving me an X-ray. She can't even work the X-ray machine. I'm like, and she's gonna be pumping me with laughing gas. I'm like,
she's like pointing at your crotch and like taking pictures. You're like, hey, what's
it was one of those 360 ones, and I was like biting down on it, and my shoulders were touching the part that spins, and she's like, move your shoulders. It's like, I can't move my shoulders. What are you talking about? It was insane. This dude comes in like he has no time to fuck around. Just puts the thing on my fucking nose, and he's like breathing deep, and it'll work faster. I'm like, I was like freaking out. They fucking put all their fucking hands in my mouth, and then he's just shooting me with Novocaine, just fucking just as fast as he fucking could. No gentleness. It was just, dude, I was like, like screaming and shit. The first one comes out pretty easy.
Yeah.
The second one, as soon as he starts putting pressure, I felt this nerve pain that I've never felt before in my life. It sent chills down my whole fucking body.
Dude.
He goes, you feel that? I go, yes. He goes, let me give you more Novocaine. Shoots me up 2 more times. Goes to crank on it again, and I still, wince and shit. He goes, you feel that still? I go, yeah. He goes, we can't shoot you up anymore, bro. That's all you got. So I just held onto the fucking chair, dude, and just, by the end of it, dude, the mask is like over my fucking eyeball and shit. Like, they're fucking like tears running down my eyes and shit. I was freaking out, dude.
This is like,
and then they disappear. And then then it's just like,
they threw you a rag.
You're good to go, dude. I just like wandered outside.
How much did it cost?
Only $800
for both of them.
For both of them.
Okay.
I think each root canal I was paying $1,500, so it definitely was cheaper. But man,
$1,500 for a root canal is not that bad.
It's not.
That's not a bad. I would.
It's
expect
affordable. You know what I mean?
In California, dentistry is pretty expensive. I don't know if it's maybe America, but I know in California, like, it's a lot of money.
Oh hell yeah!
I know my cap costs like 16.
Damn.
Or something like that.
Well, they were telling me about implants, so I got the bone graft, so eventually I can get an implant. But each implant's about $4,000. Because instead of doing the root canal where you're paying for the crown, you have to pay for the metal stud that connects to your jaw, the middle part of the tooth, and then the crown.
Yeah.
It's so expensive, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just rocking fucking.
I mean,
a
maybe
bum
one
mouth,
day.
bro.
No, it's the back of your mouth.
It's the back. Luckily, you can't really see it.
No, you can't.
If I smile loud enough, bro, you'd see it, though.
If you were like cackling.
Yeah. Like, If I fucking Roseanne laugh and like throw my head back, people are gonna be like, what's wrong, bro?
People used to call me Roseanne.
Hey, dude, shout out to the fucking.
That was like, I don't know. It was kind of a compliment, so like I wasn't too.
Yeah,
I was like, all you guys are trying to make fun of me by calling me Roseanne, but like, she's one of the most like epic fucking comedic minds.
Oh, she's
like,
a legend.
She's like half crazy because she got like ran over by a car when she was a kid. Like was in a coma for 6 months.
Didn't
like,
that happen to Gary Busey too? Didn't he get in like a car accident?
Gary Busey died 6 times.
What?
Gary Busey's died 6 times.
And like
Or
is still
5.
living?
Yeah.
What the hell?
But the first time was I think he got like a bicycle. He was on a motorcycle and he wrecked. And it like cracked his head open. And he was like dead. And they brought him back to life. I'm like, that motherfucker's never been
No.
Yeah, he's insane. He's like literally scary. He's like a scary human being.
Yes, he is, dude.
Because like you could be best friends with him and he'll like just like pull a gun on you or some shit. He's like, I'll kill you. I've heard stories. It's actually pretty funny. But I mean, at the same time, it's like I wasn't there, so it probably would have been a lot more like this isn't that funny. Like, what the fuck is going on? But I don't know. I saw him on the Howard Stern show one time, and like Howard Stern was asking him about some show that like he was there to promote, And Gary Busey like forgot that he was there for that, and he's like, "What are you talking about? Like, are you one of those fucking like Jews that like are like?" And he was like, "What?" He's like, "What are you saying?" And he's just like, and they're like, he's like, "You're." He got so mad. He's like, "You're here to promote this fucking show. You told me that this is what we haven't talked about it at all this whole time."
That's so godlike.
And he's like, "What are you calling me like a?" He called him like a shifty Jew. It was so fucked up, dude. He was like, I mean, he took it like a champ, you know, because like Howard Stern's good at like rebounding, but I think he was.
You gotta roll the punches sometimes.
And he's like, I think he knows. He's like, this guy's died a couple times, and like, you know, you come back, you're not always the same person.
That look in his eye, you just know. You're like, this guy's out of his fucking.
It's like he's a guy from Flatliners. Like he's one of those people. He's one of those
you have
crazy
to tiptoe around
like
people
seeing
like that.
fucking people running around like, it's like you gotta
Talking to people that aren't there. And
You gotta
shit,
give him a
like,
little slack, dude. Maybe he saw some like little fucking like ghosts like around what's the name, and they had like fucking tattoos. Just like who knows? I don't know what's going on, but like you know what I mean, like.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, that's insanity, actually, dude.
Yeah, it was really funny. It was like the best interview I ever heard. Like,
Oh,
they don't play
goodness.
those like fucked up ones. They don't replay them ever. So like, you got to catch it live. And I was just laughing so hard, dude. I was like, this is epic. This is like an epic fail.
That's so funny, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, but I still had some funny stories of like when we were younger that I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember like what they were, and I keep fucking forgetting. I don't know why I keep forgetting, but I keep forgetting. Oh, we got expelled. I got kicked out of school.
Oh, he did? I do remember this one.
I got kicked out of school. So
What was it, 9th or 10th grade?
it was the beginning of my junior year.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was like the very beginning of it. It was the homecoming game, right?
Mm-hmm.
We egged it. Yeah, like I got the idea because like someone was like throwing rocks behind the stadium, and like I got picked up a rock, and we were all into egging at that time. Like,
Yeah,
we were
we
just
were.
egging
Yeah.
everyone's house,
Houses.
like
and-
anyone's house,
The
even if
same
they were
house
like our
where-
friends. We were like
No,
egging our own houses. We were
Our
like
own
laughing.
friend's house, like, every fucking weekend for like 2 months. It was so fucked up.
Yanni. Wait, who was it? Yanni's house? Was that what his name?
No. Yanni. I don't even want to say it on this podcast. I feel so bad if it got out, dude.
Wait, what?
Augie, bro.
Oh, Augie. That's his name. Okay, not Yanni.
Yanni.
Oh, I was thinking. Okay, I'm fucking tripping balls. Okay, so it was Augie.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was him.
Remember when we brought Lewis and he fucking like was so hyped he just started egging Tim's car inside and shit. We're like,
He was like, and we're like, here, we'll give you the best spot. Like, you could sit in the sunroof. And he's like, okay. And he had like a whole car, and he was just like, he was so like enraged. He like threw one, and then he just started like breaking him in his hand.
Fuck you,
And like egg was going all over Tim's car, and he's like, what are you doing? He's just like slinging broken egg. It was like all over the car, and he's like, stop it. He's like, yeah,
that was the
and he
best,
was just screaming and laughing, and like it was so funny. We were just like, we were just laughing so much.
It was so fucked up. So that's where the whole we got hyped on eggs for a little bit.
Yeah, and we're like, what was Keith's friend Garrett? Like,
Yeah.
every day. I didn't even know that kid, but he's like, I got this friend, like, let's egg his house. We're like, all right, like, fuck it. And we would just go in hard. But so we were egging a lot, and then I picked up a rock, and I was just like, I think I could throw this over the back of
The stadium.
the stadium at Escondido High School, and like I tried it, and it was really hard. But then I got one, and I threw it, and I made it over, and I was like, fuck! I was like, we could egg a game. We could egg a football game, and then the next weekend was the homecoming game, and I was like,
oh
this
my
is like
god,
the greatest, like just like this aha moment. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm gonna egg the homecoming game and like be a fucking idiot. So we buy these eggs, we like recruit people, and that was our downfall. Like if we would have kept it in the group, we would have never had a problem.
No.
Because no one would have ever ratted us out. We would have never, but we were just like,
I think I remember.
I think I said something. I think I said something to the wrong person, and like they wanted to do it, and they were cool with us, but like I shouldn't have told.
He was the
anyone.
bad egg. Was it Mitchell?
Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And were you
I
part
wasn't
of it?
there.
Or you were like
I
at the
was like-
rendezvous point or something?
I was like the biggest bitch in the world, dude. Back then, dude.
Well, we were fucking.
I was
stupid.
on I had all these fucking weekly report cards I had to do, so I was always fucking grounded, dude. I'd be lucky to fucking do anything with you guys. I remember I'd be like, it'd be a good weekend if I could go to Landstorm or like do anything with you fools. Like, it was the fucking worst experience, dude.
You
So
were
I
just
think,
grounded a
yeah,
lot?
I think I was just
Why?
grounded. we had to do, I just wasn't a good student, man. And I had to do these weekly report cards, progress reports, and I'd fuck around in class all week, and then the fucking teacher would be signing it and like, you fucked up this week, dude. I'd be like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would like beg them. I'd be like, hey, dude, like,
I like wish my parents cared about me like in my education, but they like didn't at all. Like I'd be like, hey, I have like all failing grades, and they're just like, good job, Rico. Like I'm like,
really try hard to fail.
Like, I was like trying, I was like doing bad just to like get their attention, and like still ignore me. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is like a fucking disaster. But good times. And I was just like, we're gonna egg the football. So it was like me, Cody. Who else
Was Tim there?
Tim drove.
Tim was always the getaway car, dude.
But I never made it to the getaway car. It was so fucked. It was in Mitchell. I think it was me, just Cody and Mitchell. There were supposed to be other car people, like people from Cali Christian. It was supposed to be like
Aaron Oshiro
and
Lauren.
Yeah, and they bitched out. They were like driving in with us to the back where the baseball field was, and they just like turn around. We were right behind us, and like turn their lights off, like slowly turn around, like drive out. They probably like called the cops on us. It was like a fucking work from the beginning. It was a screw job.
No, dude.
So it was so fucking crazy because like we'd go back there and we're just like all hooded out, and we're just like, oh, we're gonna do this shit. And I was like, man, and it was really like. I was like, is this like a good idea? It's like once I was thinking about it, I was like, man, I feel like this could just go down really bad. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, and I was almost like about to bitch out, but then Mitchell's like, come on, let's do it. He starts throwing them, and like, I was like, all right, fuck it. So me, Cody, and Mitchell just start lobbing fucking eggs over the wall, and like, dude, it was so hard. A lot of mine hit the fence.
Damn.
So it made it over, but it hit the fence and then like ejaculated.
All the people on the top.
Yeah, so like I think Will Brown, which is funny, I think he got hit by some of it, and like just a lot of people got hit.
Oh, hell yeah.
And some people got hit with eggs, some people got hit with like splatter from hitting the chain link fence at the top and like just shitting
yolk all over them.
And then we threw like, I don't know, I was like 18 or something, and then we just like took off running, and like the plan was to run across the field to where that creek was.
Yeah.
And we like checked with like sticks to see where we could like dive in at and like not like just break our necks or our legs. And it was like fucking full of water.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like it was legit.
We used to catch crawdads out there.
It was full of fucking water, and we just jump in and go across. So we didn't have our cell phones. We were smart enough not to like bring cell phones. I had like a fucking Razor or something at the time.
That's epic, dude.
So I was like, I don't want to have. So we didn't have any communication. Like the plan had to be, jump the creek, swim across, jump the fence, run across the 15
towards LA Fitness.
Towards LA Fitness, and meet everyone at the IHOP, and that's where we're gonna like rendezvous and like laugh about it and shit. Well, we get over there, and we didn't plan for the fact that with our clothes being wet, we practiced jumping the fence. We like practiced jumping the fence to make sure we could all like get over it, and like where the best place to jump was. We went straight there. We jumped over, went to that spot, and we were all wet, and we were like, our shoes were full of water, and it was like slippery, and it was heavier, and I couldn't jump it. Like I went to grab it and jump it like I tried before, and like it was so much harder, and like I was like, fuck, and like Cody couldn't even make it. I had to help Cody jump over it. Fuck. And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do it. And he's like, what are you gonna do? And there's already people coming.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, I'm gonna fucking come back.
Took a book out
in like hours. I was like, come back and I legit like got a bunch of like mud and shit. At first I just stayed in the water with my face like barely coming
like
over,
just alligator
watching people, and I would just like lift my nose up and breathe like. And like go back down and like and I was there for like an hour, and then I like crawled into these like bushes, and like it was like I leaned back into like the rooted tree and like got mud and like put over myself, and I was just like part of the like the tree. It was like pitch black, so like I just sat there forever. And then, but the funny part was there was some other fat kid with long hair in the back, and like people were like, that's the guy, like, that's the guy that did the eggs. And then, like, fucking this vice principal's, like, tackled him and, like, beat him, like, an injured his life. And I was just like, oh, shit. He's like, no, I was just walking on the farm. And, like, fucking man. Just beating him, like, beating him in the legs. He's like, oh, why me? It was, like, some fucking Olympic fucking, what's that one chick's name? Do you know what I'm talking about? With, like, the girl like had someone like whack her legs before the like
fuck, I don't know.
It was an ice skating thing. It was really funny, but either way.
Oh, was it Tanya Harding?
Tanya Harding, yeah, dude. It was like they like Tanya Harding, this poor bastard. He's like fucking just bashed his legs, and I swear to God, it was the most insane shit I've ever seen in my life. And then I just wait until the game's over, till like they turn off the lights, and then that's why I had to cut my hair, is because they got like so much shit in my hair from that, pretty much.
Dude.
Like, I had like stickers and like thorns and like
cotton
pearls and like, dude, it was bad. And so I like walked over. It was like hours afterwards. I still walked over to IHOP and somehow like everyone was there because I had my phone. I was like, I'm fucked, dude. And then we went back to Tim's and we came back to school on Monday and everyone was like, dude, the homecoming game got egg. It was like the most epic shit. And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's pretty funny. Like, I wonder who did it. Like, and then I was just like all happy that I was like infamously cool, even though like I couldn't like.
You're like a real superhero, bro.
No, I was more like a fucking idiot. But and then I think Mitchell like was like, yeah, it was us, and then like someone else ratted on, and then he got brought in, and instead of like being smart about it, like all of us came up with the plan. We're like, no matter what, we have an alibi. Let's all stick to it. There's no video evidence. There's plausible deniability, like we'll never get fucking caught.
Definitely.
I was like, there's no way they can catch us. And we all had the best alibi. We rehearsed it for fucking like an hour and a half. We didn't even go to the game. We went to Ryan DeLeon's house for the weekend. And we even talked to his mom and told him like, hey, we did something that's like super sketch. Be cool about it. Here's like a fucking like speedball, like,
top ramen, dude.
No, like, it was what it is. But I'm fucking, you know, just like whatever we say, like, go with it. And she's like, all right, cool. Like, and I mean, it was good. They brought us all in and started interrogating us one by one, and we all had the same story. We're like, we went to Riley DeLeon's house. We saw Saw in the movie theater. We went to his house afterwards and we watched The Fifth Element. I don't know why that was the alibi. But
That's
it was
the best alibi,
and
bro.
everyone stuck to it except for fucking Mitchell got baited. Because they were coming in and they were telling everyone like, look, what's his name already ratted you out. They only knew one thing, is that we came in through the baseball field. So they would say, look, what's his name ratted you out. Like,
we saw you.
He already told us you guys went to the baseball field. The gig's up. And I was like, baseball field, like, what are you talking about, dude? I was like, what are you talking about, the movie theater? Like, talking about The Fifth Element? Yeah, I was like, there's like full frontal nudity in that movie. It's only rated PG-13. And just like, God damn it, like, what are you talking about? I was like, what are you talking about, a baseball field, dude? Like, are you like, and they were just like, this motherfucker, like, and everyone was cool. And then they were like, look, they got to Mitchell, they were like, all right, man, like, we already know you guys went to the baseball field. Everyone else ratted you out. You're the only one that said something. He's like, what the? And he just fucking was stupid. Yeah, I was like, and he came out of there, and I was just like, that pussy definitely fucked this up.
Well, this is the same kid that got caught up in class for fucking looking up how to make a bomb in fucking internet programming.
Yeah, he also admitted to me, like, selling a dirt bike on eBay and never sending it to someone, or like,
what?
Yeah, and I was like, bro, like, that's fucking.
He stole my next door neighbor's CD player out of his car.
What a fuck.
He like showed us the day before. He's like, yo, I got this Slim Jim. And then like the next day, my next door neighbor's car got Slim Jim. And we were like, fucking, there's only one person we know who has a Slim Jim. Yeah, it was insane,
Come
dude.
on,
he was he was in some trouble, dude.
That kid was a fucking dipshit because he doesn't know how to stick to a goddamn plan.
Yeah,
I was like, all of us were bulletproof, dude. Every single one of us were fucking golden. And somehow that guy just shit the bed, and we all got fucked for it. And I never admitted to it. Everyone else like would admit to it, and then they would get picked up. And they brought my mom in, and she's like, I can get there like at 5, like an hour after school was like over. Or some shit. I'm like, all right, so school's already out. I'm still sitting in the principal's office, and they're like, you know, like literally everyone admitted to this already. And I was like, what? Fifth Element, like titties, or just like, they're like. They thought it was kind of funny. They're like, you know what? Like, I feel like they were just like, this is like almost an honorable like death. Like, this guy's like such an idiot that he won't admit that like he fucked up. And then at the end, my mom came and they're like, we're gonna suspend you anyways. Like, we already like they literally knew everything.
Oh, for sure.
And then I was like, they're like, is it true? I was like, yeah. I was like, it's all true. I was like, who cares? I was like,
right.
And I didn't get suspended. No, that's why I got suspended. But I also got in. That's why I didn't get suspended. I got kicked out of school for that.
Mm-hmm.
But another reason why I was in trouble was because like 2 weeks later, I like drew that dick on the kid's face while he was sleeping, and I got.
We thought he was sleeping.
Apparently, he had a seizure, and
Passed out.
you know what? There's an argument made that like the like stimulus I like put on his neck like maybe kept him from dying. Like he was having like a fatal seizure. And I like brought him back to life by like
You like aired his nose out with a marker. It was like he like came back.
it was so fucking bad, dude. Like everyone fucked with this. No, people didn't fuck with them, but like there was a dick drawing face era too. It's like the egging like era, and there was like if someone fell asleep, you drew a dick on their face no matter what. This was like a school-wide like problem, like pandemic. Like teachers would get like dicks drawn on their face. Like this was like people were buying those like fat Sharpie markers.
Oh yeah, dude.
They were just like, I can't wait for someone to fall asleep. I was just like, Jesus Christ. And this kid, we were in music class, like guitar class, and like the teacher walked out for a minute, and we looked over, and he was just fucking passed out. And there was like a kid with like a spray paint can. He's like, and I was like, and everyone's just like getting closer and closer to him with the markers and shit. And I was like, none of you bitch ass fucking losers are gonna do this shit. I was like, I'll do it. I took like the smallest pen, and I like barely drew like a dick, like right, like where my brother has his tattoo. I like drew a dick like right behind his ear, kind of like right here. Just a little dick, and his hair like pretty much covered it up, and everyone was all like, okay, like this will appease the like dick sleeping guy drawn like gods, you know, like they'll be appeased by this, like our offering is like complete. And then the teacher came back in, and he's like, Josh, like, are you sleeping, Josh? And like tries to wake him up. And he's like on death's door. It's like, oh no, and like, and he's just like, I have seizures sometimes. He's like, I'm dying, and I'm just like, fuck. And then like, he's like, what's that? He's like, what is that, John? He's like, oh my god. He's like, who did this? He's like, I was like, fuck. I was like, everyone just be cool. Remember the fucking alibi, fucking Saw, and fucking Fifth Element, fucking Bruce Willis, and fucking Chris Tucker. And there's just this like fucking, just this like Eastern European, like fucking like Dagestani, like, or like Russian, like weird. He was like 12. He had like a beard, and he just ratted me the fuck out. I was like, dude, didn't you flee your fucking country to come to this place so you like wouldn't have to like rat people out to like the dictators and shit? I was like, go back to fucking Czechia, like
God.
Get thrown off a fucking building for being like fucking whoever you are. You know what I mean? I was like, why are you fucking coming here and ratting me out, you fucking stupid bitch? But no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I got in big trouble for that, and then like that weekend or something. Or it was like 1 week after that,
yeah.
And they're just like, dude, you're too much of a problem. Like, you're going to Valley, and I barely graduated there.
And that's when we all missed you, bro.
I had to beg a teacher to pass. It was like the most fucking pathetic shit, dude. I was like, it was so bad. But I tried. You know, I was so far behind.
Yeah.
I had to go to night school. I would wake up. I would take a bus to fucking school. I had to wake up super early to get to the bus. I take a bus from by my house to the transit center. Take a bus from the transit center to school. Go to school. Take a bus from that school to a fucking job where I would change oil, and then I would take a bus from there back to fucking Escondido High School, and I would take a night class, and then I would take a bus from there back to my house. And I would use a fucking payphone to try and call like my parents. And they'd like scream at me for like calling them collect or something.
Oh
and then I have to walk home. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, this is like a fate worse than death. I was like, I like paid my time, okay? But you know, I didn't. It was bad. There was like one class I needed to pass. It was like 12th grade English, and like I did nothing all year long. Like I literally was like, I realized I like fucked this all up, and I was trying to graduate on time. So I did make up some credits. I took like 11th grade English and 10th grade English in like night classes, and I somehow like passed it. But I was like, just they had computers in that room. I was like, why do you have computers in a fucking English class? I'm like playing addicting games all day long.
I know, right?
I was just playing that like Max dirt bike, like or helicopter where you like click the mouse and you like fly around. Like I was like, what are you doing?
Just going out to like starter up Steve.com.
I was like, is this even my fault or is this your guys' fault? Is this your guys' fault for having computers in here?
They always did that. There was always like fucking in a class where you shouldn't have PCs, there'd be a PC, and they'd be like, if you finish your work, you can like go over there and like fuck around. I used to just fuck around on those.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. So I didn't do anything. And like the day I needed to graduate, like the teachers would just write on pieces of paper, like pass. They would write your grade.
Damn.
So I went up and I was like, hey man, like I gotta talk to you about my grade. And he's like, Rico, like, you haven't done anything all year long. I was like, you haven't read a single thing. You haven't done a single paper. You haven't done any homework. You haven't done like any. He's like, all you've done is play like helicopter on fucking addicting games. I'm just like, well, come over and talk to me about it. Like, and he's like, okay. He comes over and I'm like, look, dude. I was like, if I don't pass this class, like, I'm not gonna graduate high school. Like, I'm gonna fucking drop out. I'm gonna like become a drug dealer. Like, fucking like beat my first wife to death, like go to fucking prison, become like a criminal, and I'll come back and like find where you're living. Like,
you want that on your life, dude?
I was like just trying to guilt him into like, I was like, if I graduate high school right now, I can like make a better life for myself. I was like, you're really, I somehow just convinced him, and he just wrote like C- and signed it. I was like,
sick,
you're the fucking man. And I graduated from adult education.
Dude, fuck yeah, bro.
And I don't even think I went. Oh, I went to the graduation, but it was like the most pathetic.
Yeah.
It wasn't cool.
I could totally see that, man.
It was bad. But, you know, sometimes school was. What did you think about school?
It was,
like high school?
It was tough, man. Especially for me. I was dealing with a lot of family stuff. We had a lot of, you know, my dad was about to marry some woman, and they got the falling out, and it was just a really weird timing for us. And yeah, I don't know, man. It just no teacher really cared enough, or like, you know what I mean, like reached out and extended me like any sort of help. I remember my counselor, like, I thought I was gonna go to Valley, like I thought that was the next path of like me graduating, but he's like, nah, dude, stick it out, dude.
You probably should have.
I probably should have.
You would have graduated.
I know. To this day, it's like a big regret of mine, but you know, I went back later on too, but it's just it's like my life, dude. I'd always go try to do things like in a moment of like pure devastation in my life. Like I broke up with my girlfriend and like tried to go to like adult school and like fucking like graduate high school, and I just like couldn't read because there's so many tears in my eyes and shit. I was like, fuck, dude, like it was bad.
Were you?
Bro.
I mean, do you remember when I was in school? I don't know about you, but like I wasn't the best reader like when I was younger.
I'm the same.
So like whenever you go around like in 6th grade or 7th grade, and then like we're reading like Tuck Everlasting, and it's like everyone's reading a chapter or everyone's reading a paragraph.
Yeah.
It would go around the whole classroom.
Yeah.
And I would count how many people were ahead of me, and like count how many paragraphs there were, and then like would read it like over and over and over again, so I could like just
memorize it almost.
Pretty much memorize it, so I wouldn't like stumble on a word because I just didn't want someone to like
laugh
just
or fucking
make me have to like punch their fucking lights out or something. You know what I mean? I was like, you guys want to fucking talk shit?
You're trying to save a life.
I was trying to save my hands from like more fucking just broken fucking phalanges or whatever the fuck they're called. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'll just, you know, save a finger or whatever. Save a knuckle.
Dude.
But so I would practice reading, and then like it'd get to me, and there'd be like some like Felix Bow or something would be like, "Can I read another paragraph?" Like I was like, "You fucking stupid motherfucker." She'd be like, "Sure, Felix," and he was just like, "Oh," so I'd read another one, then I'd have to be scrambling. I'd be like, "Oh," I'd start reading another one, and it'd get to me, and I'm just like,
Yeah, no, that was me 100%.
It was so bad.
That was me 100%.
It was so bad.
I just hated being called on for anything, any class. It didn't matter. Just speaking in front of people or like trying to solve like a question in front of people was just fucking mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
I would just shut down. I don't know. I'd be like, wow, I don't know. You know, I would never even answer it. I would just, I don't know.
The only things I like doing were like those like things we drew the lines between the like dots and like drew pictures of like bunny rabbits and shit. I'm just like, you know, that was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Like
that was the best shit, dude. The only classes I really enjoyed were all the fucking
drawing sailboats and shit.
like what are the like extracurricular ones like wood shop and art.
Yeah,
those are the only classes I ever really fucking tried in, dude.
Yeah.
Or like had good relationships with teachers. Mr. B was a badass dude in wood shop.
I never took wood shop.
Oh, it was one of the best. I was lucky enough that in middle school, the school I was going to had wood shop and metal shop.
Damn, you went to a cool one. You went to 6th grade camp, right?
Yeah, dog.
Damn, that's fucking good.
Went to 6th grade camp. I fucking took metal shop in 7th grade.
Where'd you go to school? Like Laguna Liguel?
Nah, it was in Mira Mesa. It was called Wagenheim Middle School.
Mira Mesa
had
a 6th grade camp?
A 6th grade camp, bro.
Jesus.
And like I was saying, the metal shop, it was really cool because me and my friends would ride our bikes to school every day. And in metal shop, I made a fucking like 10-foot grind rail. Welded it all, dude, all on my own. It was fucking badass, dude. And it was like the final like project for the fucking passing grade. And I got a passing grade, fucking took that grind rail, put it on my shoulder. My friend 10 feet behind me put it on his shoulder. We just rode it home on our bikes and shit.
That's badass.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking sick. I made a skateboard deck in wood shop.
Damn.
Yeah, it was actually pretty fucking cool, dude. So I don't know, I really got a feel for like that kind of thing. I liked hands-on things.
Hands-on things.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Male liking hands-on.
I know, it's like,
It's like, isn't that
way to be a
bizarre?
stereotype. Dude.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, man.
You're being harmful to society. You shouldn't tell this story. We should edit this out.
I'm sorry, everybody.
It's like, yeah, like,
Oh
I don't even want to go down that fucking rabbit hole, but it's always surprising whenever you hear people get like, they're like, well, you know, maybe the baby shouldn't wear like blue or maybe they should have a different color. It's like, dude, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Like, does it really matter? I mean, like, look, that's our point. I'm like, no, I think you don't understand. I'm like, I mean, look, the kids, you know, some kids like trucks and tractors, and some kids like dolls and shit. Like,
Yeah.
But some kids like dolls, but you know, maybe you think that maybe you want them to like a tractor or something, but they don't. But it's like, who cares? Like, they like fucking dolls. Like,
Yeah.
who gives a shit? Like, what's the big fucking deal? Why are we making this like all crazy? All right, let's get back into the point.
Okay. Yeah, so fucking school sucked all around, dude.
Yeah, I didn't have a good time.
I did not have a good time.
I didn't have a good time.
The only good time I had was at lunch with you dudes, man. That was like the
Lunch was fun.
That's what we live for, dude.
I'll tell you when I was having a better time. Whenever we could like whenever the food was like just shit and we could drink soda.
That was the best.
And then
man.
they got rid of like they're like no more sugar products. We had to like
It was just all like sugar-free juices.
no
and,
like Gatorades were like contraband. Like people were like dealing fucking Gatorades. Like it was like fucking
kids were like shooting it up in the bathroom.
No, it was like the only thing left with sugar in it, or something that resembled sugar. So like kids would just like buy all the Gatorade out of all the vending machines and like sell them at like
Jack
double the
up the
price.
prices, yeah.
It was just like breeding fucking like
Yeah, that
drug
was
dealers.
nuts,
Like
dude.
it was bad, dude.
That was really bad, but I feel like I don't know. It was you know, some people don't even go through high school, man. They can't even handle it. You know what I mean? Some people fucking bow out way early on because it's not a place for them to even like thrive. You know?
Is that what they told you, Brennan?
I
I'm
mean-
just kidding. I'm just fucking with
I know a couple people that have done it. You know, and
Just fucking with
I kind of wish I would have done it.
You
to be
went all the way
honest.
through, but you
I
just
went
never
all the way through and
graduated.
just never graduated. I even went to like graduation. Like, what the fuck am I even doing here, dude? Like, yeah.
I am in a graduation photo. You know when they take the picture at like the,
Okay.
I went when they took it at the beginning of the year, and when I was a junior, I took a picture in the senior photo. So I'm actually in the senior photo.
Was it the one where you're on the stands and,
Yeah.
and you would like wear the shirt?
Yeah.
So this was the time.
I ditched class and I went to the senior of Cody and like the class of 06.
Okay,
So I was
okay.
hanging out with Tim, Joey, and Cody, and I'm in the picture with them, like, and I was a junior, and like
That's so
so I
epic.
made it into like
I actually did that picture. They even allowed me to do it. That's what was weird.
You took it?
Yeah. So
What
this
the
was
fuck
the
are you
time. This
talking
was the
about?
time that I was stealing fucking World of Warcraft game cards,
Okay.
and I just fucking loved WoW. Like me and Matt Smith like stole World of Warcraft, stole game cards, started playing, and it was at that time that we were gonna do that picture. So we like convinced his girlfriend at the time to be the O, and me and him were both the W's, and we just did fucking WoW, dude. Yeah, it's so funny, bro.
That's epic, dog.
It was so epic, dude. We were just standing there
Well,
like doing
it
the
was
WOW. We're like,
it was the greatest escape in that time.
It really was.
It was
man.
like, am I gonna sit at home and like watch my brother like dwindle away from like methamphetamine use or something? You know what I mean? It was like, am I gonna like
warrior,
just
bro?
like watch my parents like ignore me into like a non-existence, or am I gonna like be the legendary rogue killer that like would kill level 60s when I was like 52 and shit, like, or 48? I would just one-shot people with like a fucking tiger bane dagger, like running around with like no clothes on, just like fucking stun-locking people to death and like making fraps videos and like.
playing Counter-Strike.
It was so much better than like
Yeah.
real life, and that's what's scary. Is because like you think about the future, like what's gonna happen once they can make a cool game. Have you heard about this like virtual game right now that they're selling properties, like good properties, for like $80,000 real dollars? That's like more than a house costs in
That's
like
terrifying.
West Virginia, dude. Like,
Fuck, man.
you're just like, dude, are people gonna like hook up to this and just never go outside? Because it's, why would you?
Exactly.
Life is fucking pretty shitty.
It
But
is.
if you can somehow like stick it out, like eventually you'll get to a place where it's like, okay, this is actually pretty good. But like, there's some dark times, man.
Definitely.
Like, there's some.
That's what I'm saying. Where
dark
some
fucking
people
times.
can't even deal. Like
Wow.
some, there's some people that go through it and it makes them stronger, and there's some people that just decide that they don't even want to go through it.
Just check out.
Yeah.
I mean, I was definitely checking out during the WoW fucking era for sure.
I was probably checking out too.
Only during vanilla. It was like 04, 05. I was fucking deep, dude. I was.
Well, it sucked too
balls
because I
deep.
fucking shared a computer with my brother and my stepsister. How do you fucking play WoW with two other people that are trying to fucking go on AIM and like message some dumb bitch? You're like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I used to freak the fuck out.
Talk to like Chris Hansen, like.
Gosh, dude. We used to go into AOL chat rooms, dude, and just fucking troll people, dude. Like, I'd like change my screen name and like act like a little girl and shit. And, like, what's up, dude? You're talking to a guy, dog. You'd be like, what? I'd be like, oh shit. Like,
Catfish people for
yeah,
sport.
man, that was like a fucking fun game you play, dude. Now it's like a fucking like wrong thing that you can't do, dude. It's like that was a fucking Friday night, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, in a weird way, it's like still happening to this day, right? People are just like.
The thing is, some people aren't joking though. That's the weird part. It was a joke to us. It was fun. And you would tell them, hey, bro, I'm fucking with you, dude. This is a joke right now. There's people that catfish people for years and like not even.
Scary, man.
That's terrible.
They do. I swear, people like willingly are recipients of this. Everyone knows.
Do you remember that girl that was catfishing Manny?
A girl catfish man.
We were on MySpace. She like liked Manny, was like talking to him, and like added me to like talk about Manny. And it just seemed like a catfish.
Like
We were,
what? Like what is he
fucking with her.
like? What can I
Yeah,
like?
like all this shit, and she'd always like want to meet up with him, and he'd never meet up, and we were like, dude, it's a fucking catfish, bro. Like, I don't. It was like the funniest shit, dude.
Oh, then he went there. Oh, I do remember that.
You remember?
He was just like some fat.
It's so good, dude.
He's like, I'm just like Parky.
I know.
And he's just like, shut the
Shut the fuck up. Fucking Manny, dude. Shout outs to MySpace though, dude. That shit just happened all the time, dude. Like
Pretty much,
That was
yeah.
the first era of catfishes, bro.
Well, maybe that was the most.
Maybe not,
That
maybe
was the
not.
most prolific.
AOL
It was the
chat
first generation where it was like very like everywhere you went. It was like, wow,
I guess-
you don't know who the fuck people
On
are.
AIM and any of those chat rooms, it's not like you had an account that had a picture.
Yeah.
And then MySpace was the first one where you
Yeah.
could really
They
shoot
find
somebody.
some like cute girl that lived on the other side of the country, and like no one would ever find this bitch, and then they would just like, because it wasn't like people were celebrity back then.
No, definitely
You
not.
couldn't be cool and be like just a MySpace person back then. Like you weren't famous. It's
No.
not like these Vine people now
Oh,
who are
God.
like living under the bridges in LA, like just homeless, like
fucking
they
cool.
just fucking fell hard. Or you're like
Fucking
one of the
real
Paul
Richie
brothers
boys,
who like
dude.
somehow made it out. And now they're like boxing fucking like people for like millions of dollars and shit.
It's like insane, dude.
But like, yeah, like that's a scary thing, dude. They like asking kids like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" It's like, "I want to be a YouTuber." It's like, "I want to be like an influencer." It's like, bro, when I was a kid, people wanted to be like firefighters and like astronauts and shit. These
Doctor,
kids are just like
lawyer.
aiming so low. It's like, damn, dude,
Yeah.
like what the fuck are you?
I just want to be a prop in a game.
And the thing is that like it's probably easier to be like a firefighter than it is to be a successful fucking YouTuber.
Oh hell yeah!
Like
dude.
everyone acts like they have some gift.
the next best shit.
Like
dude.
they're, I mean, like look at us. Like we're sitting here recording this shit, and like we think we're gonna. I mean, I don't think anything. I'm just doing this for my friends
Yeah.
during like a pandemic where I can't talk to people.
That's a
So
good
I
time
just-
for me to get together with you and fucking catch up too.
And I
man.
could like die any day, and like this could be something that's just like
you know,
left
if,
in the ether.
if people ask, tell them how I live, dude.
Exactly. So like, you know, don't thumbs up the video, but subscribe
yeah,
so you
thumbs
can
up
get
the video.
notifications when the video.
Please God, thumbs up this.
No, don't thumbs up. I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, I want
Oh my
this to like.
gosh.
I want this to
Not like
like.
I have all my eggs in one basket, but Jesus Christ, I do. Please, fucking.
Right. It's like this is like your last like ditch effort.
I dressed up for you guys this time. This shirt doesn't even fucking fit me, dude. Like,
I'm trying to like bend my mind. I'm like wearing a shirt that doesn't fit, so I can like somehow get
I'm
into
like,
it.
It's like I think I'm losing weight, bro. This fucking. It's like
Illusionary,
Oh my God.
like desperateness, just like fucking. Like,
Photoshop in real life, dude. You gotta fucking make it.
we need to put a filter that just like shrinks everything. Just like dog's heads, like. fucking-
We gotta start doing those fucking Kardashian shoots, dude. Like, let's start editing our photos and shit, like sucking our fucking faces.
Right. Just like.
Having fucking
Dude.
like black holes in the blanket right here. Like, what
Just
the
like
fuck
the
is
chain
that,
link fence
dude?
behind us is like warping in with our bodies and shit. We're just like, hey.
Looking good, Rico.
When you meet in real life, you're just
Oh
like,
my god, dude.
go.
That's the fucking crazy shit. Did you ever go on Tinder or any of those dating websites?
No.
That's how it was every time.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Dude, I would like.
I'd be like, this is clearly a picture of you from like 6 years
Someone would be
ago.
walking. Dude, most of the time it wasn't even the same person, bro. I'd be like, who the fuck is this coming up right now? And it'd be like, hey, Brandon. I'm like, who the fuck are you, dude? Like, I'd be freaking out half the time. Just people catfishing, bro. And every time they were like, I'm such an honest person, dude. I'm just such a like, this is who I am. I don't fucking like play around. They'd be like, I can't believe it's really you. Like,
Wait, what?
They would be shocked that when I would walk up, it was me. They're like, you're the guy in the picture. Fucking course I am, motherfucker. Like,
Wait, wow, that's
yeah,
wild.
it was
No, I
fucking
never
wild,
fucked with
dude.
any of that shit. I don't know why.
It was the worst experience of my life, dude.
Yeah.
So many times, dude. Just fucking weird, awkward experiences, dude.
I have like a type, so like I have to like just bide my time and like wait, you know.
I got you. That's sick, though.
I'm like a fucking starfish or something. I'm just like lurking until like something goes, like an octopus in a cave.
It's funny because I remember one of my friends told me, Megan's brother, Sean, told me once when I was a young buck that he goes, "What kind of girl's your girl? Like, what's your type?" And I was
I
like,
think it's honestly, I swear that shit's like imprinted on you from like your first like couple experiences.
it was funny because I told him my type. The type of girl I like was any girl that liked me.
Damn.
That's what I told him. And he told me that maybe like a year ago, and I fucking laughed because I was like, that's the fucking fakest shit, dude. Like, who the fuck was I, bro? That's insane,
And you
dude.
were like, yeah, you were just trying to get like.
I was just trying to feel something.
You were like,
I was trying to feel something, bro.
no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of into like small people for some reason. I don't know why. It is weird.
Hey, man.
You gotta be, yeah. But I like big girls too. It's just like I haven't like, had many experiences
I like-
with big girls.
I
Usually
like
like
every girl. That's my problem. I like so many different types of girls. So it's like, it's hard, bro.
yeah. I mean, it's whatever.
It's like trying to decide what you want for fucking dinner, bro. It's like I like Mexican, I like Italian, I like what do I fucking eat, bro? I'm fucking
I
starving.
can eat pretty much anything, but like you know, I'm glad I don't have to worry about anything anymore. You know what I mean?
No, I'm the same way, dude.
It's like the
It's
greatest thing. And
I
it's
feel,
like,
I feel free for the first time in my life, dude. Like I just like don't have to
yeah.
fucking overextend myself to be this fucking loser.
And it's weird too because it used to be that like you know, single people had a lot more sex than like married people, but like now it's like married people have more sex than single people just because it's like, I mean, there's some single people who are still like killing it, but like
For sure.
most people are just like,
It's a weird age.
they're just like
dude.
loading up their AR-15s, like driving, just like too much. It's not recording.
You might have to cut that one.
Yeah, just driving around,
Just Clint Eastwood just like.
I mean,
Oh my days,
it's
bro.
a scary world, man.
It is, no, it's terrifying, bro.
Yeah. You ever heard the one about the old lady she gets stopped by the highway patrolman, and she's like, you know, you were going over the speed limit, and she's just like, okay. He's like, you got your license or registration? And she opens up her purse, and there's a fucking gun like in her purse, and he's just like, oh, okay. He's like in Texas or something, and then she's like, oh, it's not here, and she opens up her glove box, and there's another gun inside the glove box. And he's like, Jesus Christ, lady, like, what are you so afraid of? And she looks at him and says, not a goddamn thing.
That's so
It's like the fucking
shit, bro.
it's like it's like, you know, you think like, oh, someone with a gun's like afraid of something. It's like maybe they're not afraid of something.
Maybe they're not afraid because they got the gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know, it's interesting the mindsets of people.
I saw a video yesterday on a gun, and I wanted to ask you about it.
Okay.
It was a certain holster that a guy, I don't even know what type of gun it was, but it must have been, someone said something with one of the pins going back. It's one of those guns with like a revolver maybe, but he puts his holster, it's like in his pants, and he puts the gun in the holster in his pants.
Those things are stupid as fuck.
And he walks over to the safe, and he bends over to open the safe, and it, bah, just shoots him right in the dick, dude.
Oh.
And
Yeah. So they have these ones that like kind of clip over, like
Okay.
there's a little flap that sits over your belt, but the gun is in your leg area, like where your pocket is, but on the inside.
Jesus.
I mean, it's kind of sketch.
It sounds sketch as shit.
It's
man.
sketched, but like people were like, "Oh, these are so cool because it conceals it so good."
And
You're
people,
just like,
is it like a fast reveal?
it's like, okay, what if someone tries like to carjack you and you're sitting down?
How do you get it out of your
How are you gonna
pants?
fucking grab that thing and pull it?
Yeah.
You're not gonna do it.
Unbutton your pants.
You're not gonna.
like,
You have to
reach in,
do
like-
it. You have to do it standing. So it's like, is this really like an ideal situation for
What
you?
kind of caliber gun too could shoot you in the dick and not blow it off? Because this guy's dick was intact still.
Oh, most. I mean,
I thought it would have been
most like pistol calibers aren't like, they don't break the like sound barrier. They're not like supersonic,
Fuck.
right?
Okay.
So like,
I thought anything with point blank was just blown to shit.
if it was like a Full Metal Jacket, no, I probably wouldn't. But if
Okay.
it was, even if it was like a hollow point or like a hydro shock or something, like it at that range probably wouldn't get the like expansion, like
Okay.
because it has to like get into like deep tissue, not just like some spongy penis-y you know.
Dude, it was a fucking trip. I saw that and was like,
Well, you know,
fuck.
people always want to like do holster draw like practices, but like don't do that shit alone, because like you
You
could
shoot
fuck up
yourself?
and like shoot yourself.
Yeah,
away.
man.
You wanna be able to have. I mean, if I ever shoot, like I shoot a lot actually, but like when I practice, I just like do it from ready, because like I really don't carry that much. I'm sure people are just like, what are you talking about? So if I have a job where I can carry guns, like I have carried before, but really like the weight, if they made like, if you could get any off-roster gun, like I probably would carry every day, because I would get something that's like lighter and smaller, that's like
Yeah.
not a piece of shit. But in California, you have like 5 things to choose from. So I stick to like bigger, heavier guns just for like fun shooting.
Definitely.
Because like they're easier to track, you know, easier to like absorb recoil. So like I shoot like all steel, like CZs and like 1911s. So like
Okay.
I don't like polymer. I don't like plastic guns because it's got like so much snap.
Oh wow.
It's like too light. And when
I can see that.
I mean, like it's cool because like the maintenance is so easy, like on Glocks or like XDs or something. But you know, it's not my thing. I like
I feel
fucking.
you.
I like cowboy action guns or
I like that.
like all
Yeah.
steel, just because the weight. And it's like, whoa, you carry that around. It's like, I'm not fucking carrying it. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, I have it in case like I have to like, you know, there's like some weird shit
Yeah,
outside the
that's,
house.
like, coming
I'm
at you,
just like,
charging you,
no,
just
dude,
like-
I've gotten chased too. Fuck, dude, I have the worst fucking stories about that shit. I have some fucked up stories. Like, I'll tell. You want me to tell us
Let me hear one.
like just getting fucking kited. I had to like, oh my god. So we're like, we went all the way to the back of like one corner of the ranch, and we're pushing everything out. And like, there's just this one that keeps like. She was old.
Okay.
So she was old, and like she knew we were moving them out, and she's just like,
I'm not moving.
she's like, I'm gonna be the most stubborn bitch like on the planet. So like she keeps on trying to cut out. I keep on getting her, and there's this big creek that's like dried out right now because it's the time of year where there's no water running through it. But it's over time. This fucking creek it's almost like maybe 2-story house.
Damn.
Worth of like drop.
Oh my god.
Down into this like sandy area, and it's so old. There's like trees growing in the middle of these fucking inside the creek,
Jeez.
like at the bottom. So like all that erosion's happened, and there's still trees. Like there's like a single tree in the bottom, and it like saved my life, dude. So like I'm sitting there, this girl, she and this was, you know what's crazy is this right next to like a historic. There used to be a post office there, back in the
That's
like
so crazy.
olden times. It's like the Maxi Vineyard.
Okay.
And it was like Vineyard Ranch, and there was a legit post office back in like fucking the 1800s and shit.
That's so crazy.
So like right down from there, like right next to there is this big creek, and like she starts to dart down, and I'm like, you fucking idiot, and she's going down the slope, and she falls, and she's old, she's like an old bag, so she like falls, and she's on her side, and like this is like, if you felt like that and no one would find you, you'd be dead. Like she'd be dead. So I was just like, you fucking little shit. And I was like, I got off my horse, I left it up at the top, I got my rope, I roped her legs from the bottom, and I flipped her over. Like I roped her, so her feet were facing uphill, her back was like on the incline. So her feet were going uphill. She couldn't get up that way. They can't get up backwards. You know, like they're kind of limited, and they're like,
range of motion.
yeah, so like they can only get up, and that's honestly how cows die sometimes. Is like they'll fall sideways with their back, or they'll even lay down in on an incline, and then they try to get up going uphill, and they're just like pregnant or fat or something, or you know, they can't get up.
That's so crazy.
It's really fucking stupid. So like, I'm just like, this bitch. So I go, I get my rope, I rope her legs, I flip her over, and when she gets up, she starts chasing me. And I'm in this creek bed. She flips over, she gets up and starts running at me, and I'm like, oh fuck. And I'm running, and I'm like, I'm running in sand. It's like a sand, and I'm like running, and I'm like, okay, like I look back, and she's fucking right behind me.
Oh my god.
Like whipping her head up. I mean, I like throw my rope back. I have my phone in my breast pocket, and it falls out. And I have to just keep running, and there's this little fucking tree in the middle of this creek. And I get behind it, and she's like, I try to go this way, and she goes this way, then I go that way, and I'm just sitting there, and she's just kicking dirt up at me, and I'm like, if I make a run for it, she's gonna gun me down.
Hell yeah.
I was like, there's not another tree here. I have to like just kite her around this little post. Like anytime she would try to run around to get me, I'd just keep walking around it, and I'm screaming. I'm like, hey, like anybody, like come help me. Like I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And at this point, she's like there's, you can see in her eyes, dude. Like she's like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Yeah. I'm just like, because I was like making fun of her when she fell. I was just like, that's what you get, you fucking stupid bitch. I was like, I was like, all I was trying to do is get you back so you can like get, you know,
food.
No, we're gonna sell her. She was old. You know what I mean? So I was
Okay.
like, just trying to get you out of here, but like you had to go ahead and do this. I was like, I should just leave your ass here and like let you like rot away. I was like, nah, I'm just messing with you. I like put a rope on her legs and flipped her over, and she's like chasing me. But
damn, bro.
I'm sitting there and I just keep yelling. I'm there for like 15 minutes, and she's like standing where my phone is, and I'm like, maybe I can like get her to go one way, and I can like make a run for the phone. And like every time I'm like envisioning what's gonna happen, it's just always her just eventually catching up to me, because I can't run that good in the sand.
No.
Like it's,
This is a 4-legged animal, brother.
no, they can run like 35 miles per hour. So I'm just like, okay, like, and then finally someone hears me like going like, hey, and then my coworker Michael, he's like a total rookie fucking idiot. Like he doesn't know his ass from his elbow.
Damn.
But you know, he was riding with us that day. I'm not talking shit, obviously, but like he doesn't work anymore. But he's cool. He's cool. I was just talking shit. if you're listening to this, Michael, like, you're cool. But I'm like, dude, he's like, what happened? I'm like, dude, this bitch is trying to kill me. I was like, you gotta like, he's like, what do I do? I was like, leave your horse up there and just try to like get her to like focus on you, and I can get the fuck out of here. And he's like, okay. So he like started walking a little bit down the trail, and then she sees him, and then she's just like starting to like post up on him, and I just fucking dip out.
Dude.
I'm like, I'm out of here, dude. I'm fucking way out of here. And then I was like, bring my horse all the way around and like come get me. And he's like, all right. So then I got back to my horse, and then I got my phone, and I was like, dude, I was freaking out that like people were already gonna be gone, and like
you were just gonna be trapped.
I was just the one. Yeah, I was gonna be there, and no one. I don't have my phone. I don't even think the phone worked there.
Dude, that's so.
So like, I would have been like kind of having to kite her around this tree until like she gave up on like.
Until she just like died.
Until she died. Yeah, I would have had to find a way to like kill her with my like thought or something. That was one time that was really bad, but it was kind of funny. And then another time, this was like the greatest because my dad was there with me. It was the funniest shit. Someone was like, hey, this cow is having a baby, and like she was having kind of a hard time. Like I walked up to her, and you know, I just wanted to give her her space.
Yeah.
I left her there, but like, you guys should go check up on her. I'm like, all right. So I was like, hey, supposedly there's a cow having a baby by the White House. Like, you want to go check out with me? He's like, yeah, sure. So like, we're driving over there. We're like, we see her over there. Like, oh, like, it looks like she's had her baby. Like, and we're just like not thinking about it. We're like, everything's cool. Like, we parked like kind of far off, and we're walking over there, and she's looking away from us, and we're just walking and like laughing and like just like talking shit, and we're in the middle of this like field, and we're just like, one of us like made a joke or something, like we like we're like laughing, and she turned and noticed us, and she gave us this look like she's like, these fucking guys are like
trying to
jack my baby, dude.
Yeah.
And she got up like so fast and just looked at us, and I was like, we're fucked. I was like, we're fucked. And we turned around and started running, and she just starts chasing after us.
Holy shit.
And I'm running, and thank fucking the Lord. There was like 2 rocks that were like this.
Okay.
And we were so far away, and we barely made it to the rocks, and I like jumped through, and then she has to run around, and then by the time I jump through it and like start to like turn around, she's already on the other side, bro. And I'm like, and my dad like kind of fucks up, and he goes this way, and then she sees him, and then I'm like juking between one rock and the other rock, and my dad's just like running around, and she's just catching up to him. I'm like, dude, he's gonna get fucking jacked right now. I was like, and then she's coming around, and I just like scare her. I go like, ah! And she like gets kind of juked out and like starts running that way, and I was like, let's go. She like runs back to her baby, and we like get back in the car. We're like, what the fuck? Like hearts are like beating out of her chest. I'm like, dude, holy shit. But that's like, dude, people get killed like that.
Fuck yeah, bro.
I think like cattle are like, some years they're like the #1 killer of like people in America. Like some years they're like they kill more people than snakes and alligators.
I believe that shit. Well, isn't it like that in Alaska with mooses that fucking go through like?
Oh, mooses are dope, fucking jack you up too.
Insane.
Because sometimes they'll be super chill, and then every once in a while they're like, not today.
Not today.
They just like fucking jack you in the fucking parking lot.
Situation. Yeah, being trapped by something like that.
And they'll beat the fuck out of you.
Fuck yeah,
They'll beat the.
Oh my
they have
God,
those big ass
dude.
horns in their necks, and they can like bench like 1,000 pounds with their neck. They just like send you flying. And I've seen people get jacked by like little steers at the ranch, dude. Like we'll like castrate one, and it gets up, and like it'll just like see someone's back turned to them, it'll run and just like send them blind. Just send them blind. And the motherfucker's like tiny.
Damn,
and it just wrecks people.
Yeah, there's
it's
power
just like,
in these
holy
things, man.
shit, dude. Like
Wild animals, bro.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty fun as long as you can stay healthy and like not get just wrecked. But like honestly, like I don't know, I'm pretty smart. So like I'm not that smart, but I'm smart enough to not get hurt like constantly.
Definitely.
So
well, you're aware now, bro.
Oh,
You've seen some shit, bro.
I can tell when something bad's gonna happen.
You can smell danger, bro.
Thank God I didn't wait. I saw the look in her eyes. I was like, I've seen this before. I was like, we gotta get the fuck
out of here. I was like, this bitch is gonna kill us.
But it was so shocking because like the intel we got was like, I walked right up to her, like she was cool. I just like didn't want to mess, you know. So like I think because we approached from behind, she assumed that we were like predators or something, and it was just like this weird fight instinct, and she just got up and it didn't give us any time to like. If we would have sat there for like half a second, we just like we just were like, let's get, and we barely made it to that rock cluster in time. Like she almost beat us
Jesus, bro.
And it just would have ran us over. And she weighed like 1,400 pounds. Like you get a good fucking hit, you get knocked down.
Up from that.
She's gonna beat the fuck out of you. She's not gonna kill you, but she'll leave you there.
Break
like
some bones, dude.
She'll leave you there, and you're just like, yeah. They just get in their head and like put you into the dirt pretty much. Dude. You're just like,
like, fuck all that shit, dude.
It's scary, and their teeth are sharp. I've gotten cut by their teeth before.
They bite?
No, like I check their teeth. Right? If they're old, you like put your hand there and like check their teeth.
And like, just like slice
it's like a razor.
Oh my god.
And sometimes you'll go and they'll like just go and like just like rip your fucking finger off, and you're like, whoa, okay, that's cool. And they'll like snot all over you. And like, so dude, work is fucking crazy. It's pretty fun though.
Keeps it interesting, right?
Yes. Never a dull day.
I like that.
Yeah.
My work life is just all dull days, bro. Just mundane, same shit over and over.
No, I'm like
making those fucking Domino's pizza boxes, dude. I'm just like,
I'm like playing PUBG like at work and shit. I'm just like, dude, I fucking got a headshot on a coyote with iron sights from like 200 yards away. It was
that's
like,
so sick, dude.
It was the most like epic thing I've ever done. I feel bad. People are like, you killed something. It's like, yeah, well, if you ever like come across another baby that been like ripped to shreds by these fucking animals, like you don't look at them the same way. Like,
no,
if there's too many,
I don't work at Domino's, by the way. I just made that reference because they make inserts for the guitar boxes. And have you ever seen that Domino's commercial where that guy makes those fucking? Yeah, that's like me all day. People just like laugh. They're like, "Damn, dude, you should like go in a competition." Like,
but you've been doing more like
yeah, I've been doing more of like I do something called filling, where I take this, it's like a filler and a hardener, and I have to like do math, and I haven't fucking graduated high school, so I like have to like fucking mix this thing and like wear a respirator, and then I fucking like sponge it on the guitar, and then wipe off the excess, and then cook it in the oven, and then I scuff off all the filler so that when you spray clear or a paint, it sticks to the wood. Because if you didn't do that and you just sprayed it, it wouldn't stick. There'd be fucking missing spots, and it's kind of crazy.
It adds like a texture.
It adds a texture to kind of hold the stuff.
More abrasive. Yeah.
But man, it's a fucking lot of work, bro. It's a lot of work. I didn't think, sometimes you just see some shit and you're like, oh, dude, like, they're free, like, I'll be able to do this shit. Fuck, bro. It's arm muscle, dude. It takes some fucking, because you got to work it into the wood, and there's different woods we use, so sometimes the grain really soaks it up. So you got to fucking put a lot of force into it, and I feel like I'm getting fucking like arthritis and shit, dude. I'm like all freaked out. I'm like, God damn.
I swear my wrists are getting, my wrists get hurt at work sometimes from like, doing weird motions.
Or the same repetitive motion too, right?
Dude, playing games now, like computer games, my fingers, like, I could feel something going on.
Definitely.
There's like something wrong with like, especially if I'm playing for like a couple hours, like before I could do it like all day, nothing bad would happen. Now I'm like, it's my last one, guys. Like my fingers are like, I don't know. It's weird.
I get these weird like finger twitches and shit, like just like, I don't like it when my body does something that I'm not controlling. It's like a weird like twitch.
Little one-eye blink.
Yeah, I'm like fucking one-eye blink all day, dog. No, it's like, I was gonna bring up a point of that, like, it's like
I remember you used to do it a lot.
Shout out to motherfuckers that have all these things that like are wrong with them that they can't control. It's like, you're talking to a fucking girl and shit, you're like, what's up, girl? You just like one-eye blink, they're like, is this a fucking serial killer? Is he gonna fucking kill me? Like, what did he just do that?
You used to do that, you used to do it,
That's
right?
just, yeah.
Yeah, you just did it
I'm
right
trying
now.
to blink with twice, with both of them, dude, but it's just one goes, dude, and I'm just one eye open, dog.
I remember the one-eye blink thing. Who used to make fun of you for that and they started doing it?
Cody, yeah, he was like,
He's like, what are you a fucker? He's like just talking shit, like, you're a fucking idiot. You like blink with one eye, you're like, he was just talking shit, and all of a sudden, like, one day I started noticing he would like do it. Because he'd like do it to make fun of you.
Yeah, dude.
He would like do
it's
it.
something you gotta practice too. It ain't something you just do right away, bro. Yeah, I don't like Did I have a fucking stroke at a young age? Like, why the fuck am I only?
Well, you got E. coli from Jack.
No,
you
Josh did.
You got sick.
I got sick because he threw up. I think I got sick because he was like throwing up and shit. And
But didn't
diarrhea.
you get some like
"Ah!"
big, didn't you get some like big settlement?
He got a really big settlement, but I got some money. I got some money that I blew and fucking like.
What'd you spend it on, dude? Wild cards?
Like fucking. No, I mean I got $5,000 for 3 years on my birthday.
So $15,000.
$15,000. I was kicked out of the house at the time, so I was living with Tim. So I was, paying for gas and trying to get to work and.
Were you working Abercrombie and Fitch?
Abercrombie and Fitch. And
I remember that.
I would, I don't know. I like to fucking. If I have money, everyone has money. Like I would go out and like buy the homies some clothes. Like I was acting like I was fucking rich and shit. That fucking $5,000 went quick.
Yeah,
dude,
you were.
It went quick. I got a computer though.
You were just a young guy, man.
Dude, it
young
was so
people
dumb.
with money. Is like,
I wish they would have fucking gave it to me at like 25 or 30. You know what I mean? Like that would have been so legit, man. But yeah, I was just a dumb fucking kid, just trying to feel something, dude. Trying to fucking feel something.
Well, it's like when you're young, you're like a fool. Like
100%.
all young people are just they're foolish. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
No.
Like even the most like smart young person, like they haven't lived long enough to realize that they're not a fool. Like, they just like trick themselves, and sometimes they can trick other people into like thinking that they have something that they can contribute to society other than like a fucking Vine video or something.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
like just stay on your fucking pedo platform or your fucking TikTok
Right.
and shit. Like just keep fucking getting weird people
Keep
to find
practicing
out.
those dances.
Yeah,
dude.
just keep making videos for the like stalker pedos that will one day eventually like
demographic, bro.
like knife wound fuck you. Like just keep on doing your fucking shtick, okay? Stay over there. Stay in your lane, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
But no, I mean, let's get serious here. No, no, I mean like, you're just a fool when you're young. It happens to everyone. And then a fool and their money will soon be parted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just what it is.
Oh yeah.
It's what it is, dude.
It was
So
a
don't
learning
be
experience.
don't be too hard on yourself.
I try not to be because I've definitely learned my financial situation is a lot better now, and I don't frivolously spend. So I think that's a good thing I learned.
Conservative.
I'm very conservative.
That's a
Almost
loaded,
my downfall.
I don't know if you're. That was like a loaded word. You can't say like conservative anymore.
Yeah, you'll just be
because
like,
then
you should
they're
call
just
me
like,
yeah.
I just believe it.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you're more frugal.
I learned from my
You know
mistakes,
what I mean?
bro.
You don't buy shoes every week.
No.
When was the last time you went to Korean barbecue?
The last time, you want to know how?
What?
I don't know whose birthday it was when we went with you and Asuka and her friends, and I brought my kendama. Remember when we were like playing out front and shit?
Oh yeah,
That was the
Taiguchi.
last
That was
time.
like 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was the last time I had Korean barbecue, bro.
It was Asuka's birthday
It
when
was,
she turned
okay.
21.
I had a feeling. I was
She's
like, it was
25 or 26 now.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, so
Time fucking flies.
yeah, so yeah, I mean, people are like, "Oh, I can't do anything. I'm broke." It's like, but what are you doing at like 6? We're all going to get
Korean
barbecue
barbecue.
again. I'm just like, okay, guys, like
It's a little much, man.
it is, but
To each their own, man. Enjoy your life the way you see fit, but don't fucking whine and cry when like shit.
I just love when like everyone was like, "We're all gonna go to Evo Japan." I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm gonna go, and then like I start realizing that like no one's gonna go, and I'm like, well, who would I be if I wouldn't do what I said I was gonna do? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So not only do I gotta go to Evo Japan for one person, but I gotta pay for 2 fucking people.
Fuck, bro.
I have to pay for 2 fucking people. And am I going to Korean barbecue every night? No. I gotta save money to go to Evo Japan.
Yep.
Like,
Gotta eat a fucking peanut butter and jelly for fucking a week, dude, and just fucking.
dude, that was an epic trip too. There was the last day we were there, and they had the poster, like the Evo Japan poster, and I was like, fuck, I better go buy one of these before the store closes. And I go back to the store, and they closed on Sunday. Like it was just closed, like in the middle of the event, and I was just like, fuck. So I go back to the room, and I'm like, dude, the merch thing's closed. And then like everyone's like, what? And I was like, but there's all these posters like on this wall. Like, I'm just gonna wait till the end and take one. And like Chris is just like, hell yeah. He's like, I'm gonna take one too. I was like, all right, like, and we're waiting for the very end of the event. Everyone's kind of packing up, and we're like, oh, okay, yeah, we're supposed to take down all these things, right? And like, I start taking this poster down, and some kid there, some Japanese guy, he spoke English like hella good, and he's just like, why are you stealing that poster? And I was just like, I was like, are you lost, bitch? Like, why are you stealing the poster? You can just buy one of those. And I was like, can I? I was like, can I now? And he was like, and he like walked off, and he like came back, and like I had the poster just like rolled up. It was to me and Chris.
Put in your leg and like peg leg.
No, and he was just like, he's like, the store's closed. I was like, I know it is, you fucking jackass. He was just like, okay, like, he's like, these Americans are pretty cool.
He's like, you know what? Grab me one too.
He tried to steal one and like beat the fucking. He's like, not my legs. They're like.
He's like, anything but my hands. I still got.
They just like didn't do something to us because like Daywalker was like fucking like
man.
10 feet tall, and he's like
some man.
Dude,
like,
he's like, I'm
if there
taking
was
all
a
these
definition
posters.
of a man, it'd be fucking Chris.
Dude, he's so cool.
He's the fucking best.
He's the coolest guy ever.
He's the Shout outs to fucking OFC, by the way, dude.
Dude, OFC was the best.
Oh my god, dude.
It like saved my life.
It definitely
to
saved
a
my
certain
life.
extent.
It showed me a different way of like.
Talk about like high school sucking, and then like the depression of like
the realization
like
of the world.
life, dude. We graduated in 07. And in 08, okay, you didn't graduate, but
I was there till 07.
You were a part of the 07 race, okay?
I was.
And we graduated right into the like most, like people think coronavirus, obviously coronavirus is bad, but like there was another bad thing that happened in our lifetimes, and it was the Great Recession. And I don't know, like some people don't know how bad it was. Because, like, for whatever reason, like, it didn't affect them, or, like, but, like, we were all living on our own when that happened. And, like, you know, it's probably, like, why I still have such a hard time, like, with my, like, eating disorders and shit. Because, like, not knowing, like, or, like, when there's food, you have to eat it all.
Yeah.
You can't leave a fucking bite.
No.
Because you don't know when you're going to eat ever again.
Yeah.
Like, you might not eat for, like, 2 days. Or you might have to like eat a bowl of cereal with like rotten milk because like you cannot like go get more milk. Like you have this milk and you have to eat, and there's nothing else you can do. You have to like eat rotten cereal milk. Like it was brutal, dude. It was not. And I slept on the floor for like 4 years. Like it took me a long time to get. Oh, it was 2 in 2 different. I swear it was like 2 in 2 different places. I lived at Tim's house for 2 years, and then I lived at Vince's house for 2 years.
I remember when you moved to Vincent's too.
And
there's something that floor life.
Sleep on the floor, dude.
That shit fucks your back up, dude.
I swear, it like made mine like what it is today.
It like fused it all together. You got like a fused back now. It's like
no, I just like it definitely like made me more acclimated to like a stiff bed. Because I tried to buy a soft bed. I thought that was like I was making it. I was like, you gotta buy the like Tempur-Pedic like super soft whatever.
Bad, bro.
Dude, we got one, and I took it back. I took it back like in 2 weeks. I had like a 90-day thing. I took it back in 2 weeks, and I was like, "Give me the shittiest, like hardest mattress you have." And they brought it. I sleep like a fucking baby now.
That's how I am too.
Yeah, that's bad.
That and then I can't do 2 pillows. I do 2 pillows, bro, and my fucking neck is so fucked up. Like
you have to use like a fucking like blanket, like
I just like get a sheet folded over twice and like lay on it, dude. It's like I don't know what it is, dude. That fucking it's a weird thing that sleeping can just fuck you up, dude.
It can.
You can just wake up and be in a fucking world of hurt, dude.
And it's crazy because like you know that time period was rough, man. And then like we had our group of friends, and like you know me as like family like didn't really mean much to me, like my literal family. It was more like
your extended family.
Yeah, like you know, like thick as blood is the bond that ties us. Like hold me close through the long suffering. You know what I mean? Fucking, it was bad, man. But like I felt like I had a family and a group of people, and like whenever everyone started,
everything falls apart.
Dude, it was like the worst part. It was the worst part of my life. Like I realized that like all of my best friends that I like became like I like
They're almost
I like
brothers at one
didn't
point.
even talk to my real family. Like I literally didn't talk to them for years. Like no one, no handouts, no what's it called. I didn't want anything to do with them. So like during that time period when it was like the recession, like it was brutal. And then I found solace in my like friend group. And then once they got old enough to like go clubbing and shit, it was like I didn't even know who they were anymore.
Oh yeah.
Like I had no idea. So it was like I don't have anything in common with my family, and I don't have anything in common with my like extended family. And then it was just like the closest I ever been to like super depressed.
Definitely.
And it was rough.
I felt the same way about that, dude.
It was really fucking shitty.
It's a weird thing where you can always count on these people, and then one day you can't, and you're like, what do I do now? What's the next move? You know? And I remember thinking like, do I have to do this now? I remember thinking that like,
I never did it.
oh, you know what? I'm an open person. I'll try something new. It was the fucking lamest shit I ever experienced in my life.
I lived it through the like sober mind. I was like,
Oh,
I was sober the whole time, and I was like, this.
You never
This
felt
isn't
more
fucking-
empty, dude.
This isn't
if
fun.
we thought we felt empty with the fucking friends falling out, going and doing that shit, I felt even more empty. I was like, dude, this isn't even fucking.
Yeah, I was like, what do I have to
fulfilling.
do? I'm gonna hang out with my friends, and then everyone's just like,
Gonna bail on you.
just high and drunk, and then they like are leaving.
Find a
to go
girl and
to
like just
what's
leave,
going on.
and then
It's
you're like stuck in the fucking club. Like, where the fuck do I do?
I
that,
never
dude?
went to one.
I used to go
I
to
never
some
went to one.
clubs.
They were like, come on, and I'm just like, no.
I
was like,
went to real clubs
good.
though. When they started going
You
to
went
those
to-
like 18 and up, like
Brandon went to real clubs, guys.
I went to fucking
What clubs did you go
Stampede,
to?
dog, where it was like Western night and shit. You just
It's like some fucking like
Yeah.
60-year-old lady just
She's like, hey
like.
boys, you like titties? We were like, fuck. We just all like made out with
She's got like a
fucking Ryan Borders.
saddle on her back.
Like,
She's like, take me there. Like, oh god.
oh, dude, that was yeah. So I used to do stuff like that. I thought that was fun though.
Yeah.
And then like they do a hip hop night, and that'd be kind of fun. But like once they started going to these like 18 and up clubs because they're like new girls that like weren't old enough to go to the 21, I was just like, what are we doing? Like, what is this shit, dude?
You're like on the 16-year-old club on the cruise ship.
Yeah, it's like a
like-
Mickey Mouse fucking
like-
it's like.
You know what I mean? Like the Ice Cube or some shit. Have you ever been on a cruise?
No, I have not.
There's like a
actually.
club for like teenagers, and it's like if there was ever
Just, like,
a
shove
time
it in,
to
dude.
like make a matching bomb, like like and blow it up, like that would be the place. To, like there's so much hairspray, dude. You just,
Oh
like,
my god, bro.
dude, you create like a.
This is a
fucking-
random thought to my head, but I remember one time. Do you remember by Wendy's there was that fucking little half pipe fucking
Yes.
drain we used to skate?
Yeah.
I remember one time my skateboard fell down this drain down there, and I was gonna crawl in there and get it, and I was like, oh, there's all these spiders. I'm gonna bring some hairspray and a fucking lighter and just torch these motherfuckers.
You just like saw man bear.
Little
like
did
that.
I know, man bear. Little did I know that fire took oxygen, right? So as I'm in this fucking tube, fucking spraying these spiders,
You
all the
can't breathe.
oxygen goes out of that fucking thing. I was like, oh, I was like fucking dying in that shit. It was the dumbest shit.
That's like the most epic thing.
It was so bad. I called back. I was like gasping for air. Like, holy shit, boys! I was like, well,
Goddamn.
now I know, dude. Now I know, bro.
So fucking. Did you get your skateboard?
I got my skateboard, but
Dude,
man,
I remember
I
the,
did
the
it,
most
dude.
fucked up, stupid thing I ever did like that was I was in Texas. It was like '08, right before the shit hit the fan. Like I went out there and then like all the jobs kind of dried up. And it was like, what's gonna happen? And then everything really like.
Drop down, dude.
But I was disc golfing back then a lot. There was a course there in Odessa. I was living in Odessa, like Permian Basin, like all the oil countries and shit. And I was playing disc golf and I just bought this like disc and I was all proud of it because it was like this like cool tie-dye like champion plastic
Fuck,
one.
yeah,
And I
dude.
throw it and it just goes into this fucking just huge pond. Like it was like
Damn it.
not a huge pond, but like a good body of water.
Definitely.
And I was just like, I knew where it landed. I was like, I can find it it. So I stripped down to my fucking underwear,
Fucking
and it was like 60 degrees. It was fucking cold as
Holy
shit.
shit, man.
And my cousin's just laughing, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this fucking thing. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna lose this fucking disc. It was like Happy Gilmore, you know what I mean? I was like, gonna find that ball, like, come back up with it. And I went, and I used my feet to like feel around the rocks. And I was like up to my like
Damn
chest. And then I like, dude, now thinking back on it, like, I probably like took years off my life with like ag runoff water, like in that like sewer. Like I probably have like every cancer known to man. Like, but yeah, I ended up finding it, and I was just like, got out. I was just soaking wet, like completely. I was like, why the fuck did I do this? Like this thing cost $15. I was like, I'm such a fucking idiot.
Well, it's because they're like sentimental, bro.
I don't know. I just wanted to be cool in front of a 12-year-old kid. I was like, this is how you handle a situation like this. I was like,
this is how you take care of business, bro. You're like fucking convulsing. Like,
it was wild, dude. I was like, what am I doing? This is fucking stupid. But like, you know, sometimes.
It's because we didn't have OC then, dude. We didn't have old, like,
exactly.
men telling us.
No, man. So like, okay, back on subject. I was like, once I was like, I don't know what to do with my life anymore. I was like, I'm just gonna play Street Fighter and have fun with that. Because I'd already we watched Evo, and I've always been to fighting games. I've always
I used
played
to
fighting
fuck
games.
around with like Bloody Roar.
Yeah, dude, me, Vincent used to play fucking anytime a fighting game come out, we'd play it, and we were all about it. What we did.
It was a fun genre.
Yeah, dude, it was my favorite. It was my favorite. It was
Definitely.
my absolute favorite. I love Street Fighter. Marvel fucking 1. Marvel 2, fucking Bloody Roar. We played everything.
Tekken Fighter,
fucking
dude.
everything, dude. It
Yeah.
didn't matter what it was. We would just play it. We just loved playing fighting games. Fucking everything. Killer Instinct, whatever.
Fuck yeah.
It doesn't matter. And when Street Fighter 4 came out, you know, we were still like all hanging out, going to shows. Like, in my mind, it was like, Street Fighter 4. I played a little bit, but I didn't.
Vincent with Blas Blue, dude. That's what really that stick. I remember like being like, whoa, like this is like next
Well,
level
Chilang
shit.
would always come over and try to get us to play Third Strike. He'd have like a cool, fucking heck, dude. One day I'm gonna like murder him and take his fucking shit. He has 2 hoary wraps, like old school PlayStation ones.
Damn.
And they're like worth a grip of money these days. Like if you find one, people, dude,
That's so crazy.
They're worth like $400 or $500. He has 2 of them, and they all have Samuel parts. It's fucking the shit. And he'd come over and we'd play Third Strike on his PlayStation. This was even before Street Fighter 4 came out, and I was like, man, this game is kind of fucking whack. I was like, I'd rather play Street Fighter 2 on Sega. I was like, this. Like, you're like, I never liked Third Strike. I was always like, this game's kind of shit. But he liked it, and he was super good at it. But he wasn't. Don't take that back. He was okay at it. You know, he'd still fuck me up today. Maybe not. No, he probably would. But you know, he played that game a lot.
He did.
Okay, he played that game a lot, and he would like go to like Nickel City and like be like, dude, the people there are so good. I'm like, whatever, man. Like it's all good, you know. But that guy's such a little bitch. Actually, now I think about it, I'll tell that story later. So you know, when Street Fighter 4 came out, I was like, I tried to play Guile, and I was like, I don't really like Guile. I was playing Abel when like Vanilla came out.
Yeah.
But we weren't going to tournaments, we weren't doing anything. But then we
Just
watched
playing the game.
Evo, and I was like, oh shit, like this is fucking dope. I was like, I want to go to this. And then in 2010, I was like, I want to go, and like we just didn't go. And I remember sitting at Tim's house, like watching Evo 2010, and like the whole Mike Ross fucking. All that shit happened.
I think that's when I started getting into it.
Yeah, we watched it together. I'm pretty sure you were there. Me and Vincent, I watched it at Tim's house.
I don't remember if I watched Evo first or if it was little local tournaments like Ed on the Break or.
Yeah,
I don't really
it was
remember.
that Ustream era though. It was like that.
Oh,
what was it called?
okay.
Justin TV and Ustream.
Yeah, dude,
all
Justin
that shit.
TV. I need to watch so much shit on that, dude.
Dude, I was like, dude, this game's actually pretty dope. And then I started playing it again. Even just a little bit, but then Super Street Fighter 4 came out. I was like, okay, this is gonna be it. I was like, this is going to be.
Dude, we would play so fucking much.
I was like, this is gonna be the shit. So like, I got into it, and I got super into it, and I bought an arcade stick. I bought a Mad Catz SE, like the cheapest cheese stick. I modded the fuck out of it. I put all Sanwa stuff in it. Like I modded the
I did
fucking
some, I
balls
did
off that
some
stick.
Semetsu buttons. I did the worst mistake of my life. I got a bat top. Didn't we both get bat tops?
Yeah.
God damn it, dude. I had an octo
I was used
gate.
to bat tops.
I had an octo gate.
Cause I like playing arcade. I love playing fucking fighting games in the arcade too. So it was like, I kind of liked the bat top, but I realized that like a bat top on an American stick is pretty cool, but like ball top on a Japanese stick is more better. So I was like, this is kind of stupid, but it's okay. And I even modded my fucking SE to have straight buttons. Like it was pretty much an American stick setup, but with Japanese parts. And
that was a good stick.
It was pretty
I really
cool.
like that stick.
But remember we like order shit off Blizzard Link? Didn't you order a bunch of shit off Blizzard
Dude,
Link and it
never came.
And that guy like went under. The whole website went to shit.
That was so fucking crazy, dude.
And I remember like I just ordered a bunch of shit from there and I got it, and then you ordered stuff and like it
never fucking
Did you ever get your money back?
No, nothing ever happened. They just like ran off.
Very fucking
I'm just like a good sport.
I gotta check off.
I'm like, hey, to each own, dude. Like, I tried, dude.
And then we were playing a lot, and we were just doing tournaments like at Vincent's house.
Yep.
We would just do tournaments. It'd be like all of us together, and we'd make a little bracket, and we would just play it out. And like either Chilang would win or Vincent would win, and I was just like, okay, this is like really fun. And then once we wouldn't go to Box Arena. I knew about it.
Games Fest was the first one we went to.
No, I went to the Valentine's Day Massacre thing.
Okay.
So it was a team tournament. It was the first tournament I ever went to. It was when Super Street Fighter 4 was out, and it was a team tournament, and it was me, Vincent, and Chilang, and we entered, and it was crazy because like GamerBee was there and shit. Like,
I think I might have gone to that, but just I didn't compete then because I actually remember that.
Yeah, GamerBee was there.
I remember you guys being on a team too.
And we played Richard, J-Flo, and their friend fucking, what's that guy's name, dude? He's like a big old fool. I can't remember his name right now. But he was pretty cool.
It's
too.
weird because I think I know who you're talking about.
So,
I think I saw him at
Rainier. No, that's Ray. What's his name? It's something like that though.
Fuck, I just had it. I know who you're talking about though. One of the OG
Honda.
homies.
He played Honda. Yeah, it was one of like their friends from
I remember that.
And dude, we got fucking bodied by Richard so sick, dude. I was like, God damn it. Or maybe we all lost to, I don't know. I can't remember what happened. But it was fun. You know, I got
to meet some
people.
people.
What was the first? Maybe the first one was Winter Game Fest. No, I don't think Winter Game Fest.
That's the first one that I remember because me and Jeremy went with you guys.
Yeah, we went for Winter Game Fest.
And you guys had already met Richard, so I think you're right because
we won sticks. Markman had a stick giveaway. It was when the Chun-Li blue.
Vincent got that
brand
shit,
new. Vincent and Richard. This was the most insane thing. Vincent and Richard both won the raffle, and we were just like, wow. And then Richard came up to us and he's like, hey, like, you know, I won the PlayStation one, but I play on Xbox. What do you guys play on? And we're like, we play on PlayStation. And he's like, do you want to switch? So we went out to the parking lot and we switched. And we were talking to each other and he's like, yeah, I live in San Marcos. I was like, dude, like we live in Escondido. And we're like, what the fuck? And we're far out, like, compared to Santee.
Yeah.
We were like way from the other side of North County. You know what I mean? So it was just like, okay, like maybe we could we exchanged numbers. You know, Jason was still cool back then. I was kidding.
Jason, you're so cool.
Nah, yeah, whatever. But I'm just talking shit. But you know, and so we were like, you know, we kind of chit chatted it up, and then we went to Winter Game Fest, and Richard he didn't win that year, but I found out someone was like, he won this last year, and I was like, Richard won this last year? I was like, wait, is he good? I was like, is he good? And people were like, oh, that guy fucking sucks. Like, and I remember the first match I played at Winter Game Fest 2011 was Tom.
Damn.
It was my first match. It was against Genghis, and I was like, I knew who he was, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my ass beat. And like, I remember because like it was so embarrassing. We sit down, and I go to button check, and he's like, just hit replay, and I'm like, oh, and he's just like. He was all pissed off. I was like, oh man, I'm a fucking.
That was my biggest fear, dude. Button checks scared the fuck because I always didn't want someone just that.
So I went into character select. I went to character select instead of hitting replay to check buttons, and he was like, "You fucking idiot," and I was just like, Oh shit! So like we had to pick our characters, and then he was playing Rose at the time. I don't even know.
Shit.
Yeah, it was when Rose just came out. It was Super Street Fighter. It was like the greatest fucking game ever.
Such a good game.
So like, it was fucking wild. And like, I remember feeling all dumb because I was like, oh, I get like I shouldn't have gone to Courage Slayer. I should have replay. But then he fucking bodied me. It was like stupid. And then we saw Richard again. We hung out with them again. We're like, oh, this is kind of cool. And like, we're just like, this was a cool experience. So you were there, right?
Yeah.
You were there. Jeremy was there. It was fucking fun, dude.
It was, dude, that was
that the year that it was? Was it Marn versus fucking Viscant?
I think so.
And Viscant beat him. Marn was playing fucking Dudley, and Viscant was playing fucking Blanca, and he like fucked him up.
That's a fucking.
It was epic,
crazy.
dude. I remember being like, "This
Blanca.
is so fucking badass, dude." And I'm like,
dude, that changed my whole fucking life.
And then one day we were sitting there, and we got like a call from Richard. He's like, "Hey, we're going to this thing."
Alcoholics Anonymous tournament.
No. It was OFC. He was talking about OFC.
Did we go to OC before? Because after Winter Games Fest, remember we went to that fucking
AA one.
And Jeremy,
it was
came.
way later.
That was after.
That was way later.
I thought that was like
because that's like in peak Street Fighter 4 OFC era. I was like actually kind of good. I wasn't good. Like I would fuck myself up now, but Guile was kind of broken in that version. So like I was better. I placed better than I probably should have, just based off of how good Guile was. Like he just had a lot of damage. His ultra fucking shit on people. And it was fast.
That was.
So someone threw a fireball and I could react to it and get it like every time. And then once they nerfed the speed, I was like,
GG after that.
And then the damage, they really just nerfed Guile out of the game just because this blanket is like making me like, I'm about to catch fire. Get this shit out of here. And
So he hit you up to go to OFC, right?
Yeah, so we went and it was just random that like they had it once before. I think they had it at like Marcelo's house, and like Richard was like, I went to this like before and it was pretty cool. He's like, you guys should come out, and I was like, oh, that's cool. He like, we didn't know about it because we weren't really on Shoryuken yet.
Yeah.
So like, well, Vincent was probably, but like we weren't looking at like local shit. I don't know where. I think Chilang was. I think that's why he knew about the fucking Valentine's Day Massacre thing. He was like, hey, let's put a team together and go play. I was like, all right, cool. So like, I mean, by that point we were like super into it. So we all showed up to Ed's, and it was like random. It was like Paul's first time going, Discount Mizugi, fucking it was Salty Santa's first time going. It was Robert Feiss. Maybe he went before, but he skipped one or something. And Manny, dude. Or maybe Manny didn't go with Robert the first time, but he came like shortly after that. And we all just had the best time.
Oh, it was so much fun watching Maydan spill that fucking ketchup all over Ed's floor.
It was so funny, dude. We were just having the fucking greatest time, and I was like, man, this is dope. We were just some random guy's house.
Yeah.
And we were just
he was so nice.
And we were all
like that, dude.
We were all kind of the same age. We were all kind of the same.
Well, it was kind of crazy because like some of us were all the same age, but some of them were older guys, man.
Some guys were like Daywalker, Joe, Kitty, fucking James, the stick modder.
Yep. Yeah. It was actually really cool because it was a different world for me. It was such a like-minded group of people.
Yeah, it was like I connected with someone again.
And I hadn't connected with like 8 people. It was like the fucking craziest shit. I remember being like, what the fuck?
It was like everyone, like we all had like similar like stories like to each other's like in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like we all were like talking about just how we got into Street Fighter and how we've been playing games, like fighting games forever, and how like we're all excited. Like we all went to fuck, dude, we stayed there till like 2 a.m.
It was insane, bro.
And it was like, this is the most epic,
just cracking fucking.
I don't even know if there's
shout out to Paul fucking bringing the Manzanita Soul to.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know. We started bringing shit like we bring like fucking oatmeal cookies.
Yeah,
random.
And there's the lumpia, the kerns, pizzas. Dude, it was just the funnest fucking shit, and it was just a welcoming place. If anything, I felt just so welcome, and I think that was like a really cool thing.
Yeah, but you could also still like talk shit to people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was
remember fucking Black Lightning, dude.
Remember him in who was he playing when when Dan was fucking popping off, and he like turned to him and he's like, "Yo, dude, shut the fuck up."
Dude, Dan was.
He was the fucking funniest.
He
guy.
was cool, but
when he drank all that coffee and tried to eat that like soup, and he just like spilling it everywhere. Like,
he would fuck up a lot, but it's okay. Like, and then he would. I don't know. He was like all on the ST, like I barely played. Like I swear, one time he was gonna beat me. Like the first time he was ever gonna beat me, I randomly got an air grab. Like because he played DJ and I played God. Like like I didn't really play ST that much, but I'd bring my computer and I'd play like I'd have ST and Alpha 2 and shit, and we would just be playing like all these random retro games, and like me and him had a thing where we play like a first to 10, and I swear to God, I never lost a single game, dude. It was the funniest shit. Like, he'd always have all these excuses and shit, but what?
I think I first.
He was like, too. One time he was playing like out of his mind, and I was like, oh shit, like I could lose. And then like he randomly jumped with DJ, and I like jumped up and grabbed him with Guile, and like, the throws do like random damage. He did like a third of his life and killed him, and he was like, what the fuck? And I was just like. They were like, big time. That was so funny. I don't know why I remember that shit. It was crazy because, like, when I first, like, Sean started going, I think Sean was the first time he went there, too, that time. I'm like, I was like, I would just body Sean, dude. And then he started getting really into it, and, like, he started getting so much better. I was like, God damn it. And then it was, like, even, and then, like, at the end, dude, like, he was just fucking murking me.
I think that was the coolest part about it is, like, we got to see a group of guys come together and level up together.
Yeah. And it was crazy because you always hear that, like, however good you are, like,
you're only as good as
you, but, like, Richard's, like, the exception to that. He was so much better than all of us.
And I will say this, though. The one time we did play, the first time I ever played him, I felt so cool because I, like, option select sweep. And he like backdashed and he was like, whoa, he like freaked out, and I was like,
it's cool. That's the fun thing about playing fighting games is like getting that thing that you've been practicing. I wouldn't practice a lot, but like just landing a cool combo. Like at that time, I actually was practicing.
I practiced a lot.
I would just practice like just jab strong, jab strong, jab strong. That's it. Like or just jump in combo a little bit. But I don't know why I'm not like a
labster.
No, I like just to play.
I used to watch anime and like have my little SRT, and I would just like sit there and just practice links and fucking dumb shit. But I never really like. Maybe towards the end when I was like practicing options, like
you know what's crazy was Street Fighter 4 on a CRT was like the best.
It was so good, dude.
It was the best. Like on Xbox on a CRT,
it was fucking untouchable, dude.
The most. It was like better than what the game should have been because like the game was made for like LCD monitors and shit. Like it was made to like.
Do you remember the argument we had?
It would play faster.
Remember we like had to tell him that we were like we were playing on his big screen TV and he fucking was so.
I was like, can we just play on an Evo monitor? And he's just like, this is a plasma, like it doesn't lag. And everyone was like, yo, this plasma lag. Like, I mean, it doesn't lag that bad much, but it wasn't. We weren't trying to play on these monitors the whole tournament until grand finals and then play on the big TV because it was just different. So like your timing was off and it was just fucked up. But like, man, that was so much fun still. It was crazy because like Manny wasn't even good. Like Paul was better than Manny. Paul was everyone thought everyone knew Paul was better than Manny, and then like Paul started getting into WoW again or something. I can't remember what it was, and then Manny just like got
just passed
super good.
Yeah.
And it was like fuck. And then we started going out to other things. It was cool. It was like Ray, what was his name? Mr. Certified, right? Mm-hmm. He was like the only guy from San Diego that would come up to North County tournaments. So like he was always like the rival, like the random rival who would come down and like play us. He'd always lose to Richard, or sometimes like someone else would beat him, but like he could never win. But it was weird because like a lot of San Diego people didn't travel up to North County back in the like 2011 like era.
I mean, they had their own scene kind of, right?
Yeah, they did. They didn't need to go.
No,
they didn't need to. They were going to like TTF, and then Richard was like, "Hey, let's all go to TTF one time." And man, that was so much fun. I don't know why we like if everyone's always like, oh, so clicky and all this shit, it's like, bro, like, if it's clicky, like, we clicked, like, right into that.
Yeah, we had to click
We, like,
back,
walked
bro.
straight in and we're just like, hey, everyone's all cool. We're like, hey, fuck yeah, this is
I feel
awesome.
like back then, though, it was so much easier to, like, break barriers. Especially if you, like, had common ground. You know what I mean?
Because we didn't act like there was a barrier. Right?
No.
It was just like, what are we playing games or are we like fucking being little bitches?
Definitely.
Like, it's like we're playing games, right? Like, okay, well, let's play. Like, that's all it was. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I guess maybe it's weird if, I don't know. I never had a problem with simulating. I'm like a fucking...
I think it was easier for us because we had a group that we came with. Maybe if you were just going by yourself, it might be a little weird. You know what I mean? Because you don't really have anyone to like.
Kind of, but like Tamashiro just like showed up to OFC one time, and we were like
Sneaky James.
like a week later, we were like sleeping in the same bed together, like at the fuck. You know what I mean? Like it's like okay, like
yeah,
like what's going on? You know what I mean? Like how hard is it? As long as you're not a fucking asshole.
That's really what.
As long as you're not Crispy the fucking goal and like laughing. You play Bison, dude, and he was just the most random online fucking just
monster, dude.
Fucking douchebag, dude. And he would just do just bullshit online shit, and I didn't play online, so like he wasn't playing like Richard. Richard would bother me just because he was
outplayed.
He was way better than me, but he also had my timing down.
Definitely.
And he always has it. He still has it. So like anytime I want to play a fucking fireball character, like if even he knows I'm gonna throw a fireball, he's just gonna jump like before I throw it, or like it's bad. Dude. It's fucking crazy. He's like in my head, but like, or maybe I'm just too. I'm too.
Is he in your head or is he in your heart, bro?
Yeah, exactly. No, like, no, man. But like, dude, that guy would beat me in casuals constantly, and the only time I played him once in tournament, and I fucking bodied him, and it was the funniest, dude. That's like the story of my life. It was like all these people I lose in casuals, like people all the time. Like, remember Blaze? That guy would fucking murk me in casuals. I don't know why. He just would. He played a con or something.
Okay.
He played a con like
he did,
and he would just fucking get me like every time, and I'm like, fuck. And then we played a tournament, and I beat him, and then he's like, fuck that, money match me. And I won.
That's so dumb.
It was like I always sucked in casuals, but like in tournament or like a money match, I like almost never lose. And
that's so epic.
I like would lose. But you know what I mean? Like against someone like I money match people who were good. Like at tournaments, I go to Evo and money match like good players.
That's cool though. Sometimes you gotta see where you're at, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you have to pay a little bit of money to see where you're at, fuck it, dude.
Well, I would always do it against people who I thought I could beat.
I got you.
Like Air.
I remember that.
I money match Air a lot. And the first, I don't know if he did this on purpose, but the first time I money matched him, I pretty much like dominated him like in the neutral and like everything. But he would just get me like at the end of like a round like some shitty way. But in my mind, I was like, I can fuck this guy up. So like after that, I'd always money match him, but it didn't always go
your way.
No, it only almost went my way the first time. And after that, it would be like,
dude,
don't get me wrong, like I could take games off of them, but I wasn't gonna win a first to 5.
I got you.
That's what we were playing, as a first to 5. So it was like, but it was funny because like I was like, I'm gonna money match Air. Sean and Tamashiro were like, what are you talking about? I was like, I think I can beat him. And they're like, dude, he's gonna body you. And I played. It was last game, last round. He had a fucking sliver, and I had like half health. And then he just like gets me in the corner, kind of, and he empty jumps, and I down fierce, and he low forward, red fireballs, and the ultra kills me. And Sean and Tamashiro were like, damn, dog. Like, that wasn't the worst idea to money match him, because you almost fucking beat him. I was like, fuck that guy. But you know what? All those money matches with Air led to me beating fucking XXK.
Yeah, SSK Samurai, dog.
Like, if I wouldn't have had those, like, money match, like, losses to Air, I don't think I would have beat XSK.
Damn, dude.
But I did have all those like, experiences, and I did end up fucking... Dude, I beat the fucking brakes off him.
That's so cool.
He never played Ryu again in tournament, ever.
That's crazy.
Think about that shit.
You like, do Akuma right then, or
no, it was Eel Ryu after that.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, he was like a Ryu player, and he wasn't into Eel Ryu, and then he just got fucking handed to him by a patient Guile player that wasn't even that good. And he's like, I can't play this character anymore. I can't like keep thinking that Ryu is like a real character. And I've never talked to him about it, but it's just a coincidence that after that tournament, he got like what, second place or some shit, or fourth, or he lost to Infiltration in top. I think he got second place.
That's pretty good still.
He lost to me and Infiltration. And this was like in 2013 when Infiltration was like a fucking god. Dude, yeah. But he never played Ryu again after that.
That is
the next tournament he played Ryu.
Holy shit.
I mean, think about that shit.
That's pretty fucking real.
He's like, what's keeping me from being the best is like I might lose to some shitty Guile player who just can hold down back and fucking flash kick him. But he... Dude, it was fucked up because he didn't have like any friends around him, and like I had like a whole crowd of people, and they was just like, "Who the fuck is this idiot? Like, who are these idiots like cheering on this fucking idiot?" Like, it just got in his head, dude. He was like,
"Oh fuck yeah, dude."
He's like, he was so mind fucked after that. He was like, "Fuck," and then I was so happy, dude. I remember that was like the greatest fucking. That was the best tournament ever, dude.
That's so cool, dude.
I was so happy after that shit. But all those.
Which tournament was
it? It was SoCal Regionals. It was honestly like SoCal Regionals 2011, 2012. Were super fun. When it was at the college, when it was at like UC Irvine, those were so fun. And then once they started like moving it to like bigger venues, I was like, this is kind of fucking whack now. Like, obviously it was still cool, but it wasn't as cool. It wasn't as fun.
Definitely.
The college, like, you know, like you could be betting, you could do side bets, like right there at the stage. The stage was crowded. Like, there were seats, but a lot of people were just sitting down by the stage, and like you're just looking up, like. And then they started enforcing like fire lanes and like,
I remember that shit.
Don't crowd the thing.
They would stop the tournament and have everyone get out.
We're not gonna continue until people clear out these fire aisles. It's like. Someone might fucking start a fire if you don't like sit your ass back down, fucking TLI, like shut the fuck up. Like,
oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's
it's
true.
like, dude, like I'm about to like light one of these curtains on fire. It's gonna piss me off. Like, no, I'm just kidding. But like, yeah, yeah, it's like,
yeah, no,
it's like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, let's just fucking gamble our lives away. And it was
just
reminding
me of going to fucking Facedown Fest. And remember that guy that like cried on stage? And like, it's like, it's like play the fucking music, bro.
They're like praying.
And he was like,
it was like all this like unrest. Like people were like starting to like get pissed off.
It's got like praying. Those people like
throwing fucking bottles at his head.
It's like so fucked up, dude.
No, I mean it was.
There's something to say about that though.
Dude,
you're paying for something, dude.
Well, kind of, but like it was just a different. Like there was this weird vibe. Like early, I don't even like. I was late to the party for the most part. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the best days were like before. But to be fair, I also experienced like a year or two with the like free shirts.
That was real.
If you entered a tournament, that's when you knew that it wasn't about profits or like it wasn't about like your margins or fucking
it
your
was just
profits.
getting
It
people
was
to
just
the tournament, dude.
Yeah, it was just they were like, look, we're gonna give you a free shirt because we're proud of our tournament. Like we're doing this for you guys. We're doing this because we think this is cool. We're gonna give you a free. You know, these shirts cost us like $7 to make a pop. We're just gonna give you them if you register. And
that was so cool.
And you get all these free fucking shirts, and then one day it was like, oh, the shirts are $20, and you're just like, okay, like, well, all right. And then it's like, oh yeah, and this is that, and that is this, and now you can't do that, and like, it was like, whoa,
what's going on?
What are we doing here? Like,
yeah,
and that's kind of a problem. Everyone else doesn't seem to think it is, but in my mind, like that was the beginning of the like.
It was the beginning.
It was the beginning of the like
the downfall, dude.
Pretty much, but like there was just this vibe. It was like, it was so much fun, and it was like anything can happen.
Anything. Dude.
Like, it was kind of cool. Like a lot of people would be scared of that, like feeling like they'd be like anxiety ridden, just like, dude, anything can happen. Like this is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but it's like I thought it was fucking dope. I was like,
it was
bro,
so
like
sick, dude.
It was like, this is really fun.
You could literally do, and you can't even eat now anymore. I don't think. Like, I remember before you could just sit wherever you wanted, and I'd be sitting all around the venue eating fucking just chips and pizza.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can still kind of do that, but like, I don't know. It's just like everyone was still like, there'd be casual stations and they'd be like full. Everyone would be playing. And it's like,
dude.
Now it's
You'd
like,
be lucky,
dude, half the people at tournaments don't even play games. They don't even play games. They're just there. You're just like,
they're there for the experience, though.
They're trying to build their fucking brand or something.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you get a life, man. Get a fucking life. Bro.
Making new ball tops, dude. They're a centimeter inch bigger, bro. Like, you're like,
yeah,
okay.
I don't know.
You know, to each their own. Everyone wants to do their thing, but it's
that's
like,
the funniest. I'm on this like Facebook group called like Retro Arcade Stick Collective or something, like RASC or some shit, and it's like these guys are just like, happy stick day, and they're like posting sticks with like keyboard buttons as like the like where and I'm just like, you know, this guy fucking sucks ass at games. Like, you know, he can barely play.
Yeah.
Like, people think that like it's a cool thing to have like a stick that's like all decked out
or something.
with all this shit. They're like, look at how cool I am. Like, I modded this stick because like I'm able to or some shit. And you're just like, no, you modded this stick because you can't play. You need like any advantage that you can possibly get to even be able to land a simple fucking combo. I got news for you fucking people. Look at this fucking stick right here. This is the greatest stick on the fucking planet, okay? This is a round one Mad Catz fucking
sweaty lap fucking
2009 fucking copywritten fucking arcade stick, okay? This is the only stick that you need to use. Switch out the PCB because it's kind of a laggy piece of shit, but I mean, other than that, look, man, everyone thinks like, oh, I got this cool like Dragon Ball Z art of my stick, and it's like all made out of plexi, and like some nerds like tell me it looks cooler once in a while, and it's got like hitbox like button and shit. It's like, bro, I'll leave this stick on a table and I'll come back and there's like 5 sticky notes and like love letters written on it. It's like, I'm here with my gay little kid for a Smash tournament. He's like, I just saw your stick and like, I'm not gonna lie, I almost sat on it for a minute. Like, come up to my room. I'm like in fucking room like 16996. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. There's like a fucking like, there's like a snail trail on it. I'm like, okay, calm down.
the white ball's yellowing.
It's like, dude, I'm fucking serious, bro. It's like, you guys think you're fucking cool because you bought a stick to have keyboard buttons on it. It's like, you don't know that's like having a flag on your back that says like, I'm a fucking virgin that like, I'm like, I have a loaded gun at my house. I'm like gonna like go on a killing spree. Like, it's like, dude, it's not a good look, man. Like, knock that shit off. Shit.
Just I went through my era of doing the plexi with the fucking
but we weren't getting fucking pussy either. Like, come on, man. Like, what are you talking about? Of course.
Like, I got respect from other men, though,
like,
dude. I was like,
for like a day, and then you realize they were all trying to fucking like jerk you off.
They wanted to touch the real bathtub, dude.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, back the fuck up, boy. I was like, what's that red hood over there? You got some, got a little bit of extra bat on that, dude. Like, what the fuck?
It's like such a real. That's yours, and I have
Do you remember this?
I have one just like it at home. What?
This is the coolest part about BSP. Shout out to BSP, by the way. We were all gonna do Degrassi sticks with fucking bottom plexis with panties on the bottom. Do you remember that?
I have an arcade stick with a pair of panties inside.
You're such a badass.
I do.
Dude.
It's like my lucky fucking arcade stick.
I wanted to do that so bad, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to fucking Manny from fucking Degrassi, dude. The hottest fucking bae, dude. Oh my god.
Hey, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
That would have been so fucking cool if we did it.
I know.
Fucking OFC.
And I remember one time I was somewhere and like a button broke and I like opened up my arcade stick and I was like, oh, I was like, I just leave it down there, like, put it in like the corner, like, let's see if I can fix this real quick.
Ball it up in your nose and then fucking put it back away, dude. Just fucking.
True story, man. It is what it is, dude.
Hey, man.
I mean,
whatever helps you win, dude.
It's kind of weird, but I always said I was going to do it.
It's a counterweight, bro. Like,
you know, if I don't do what I said I was going to do, then what? Who would I be, dude?
Right?
Go to Evo Japan, fucking have a pair of panties in my arcade stick, dude. Never took them out, dude. They're still there, dude.
You just take it out and clean your buttons with it and put it back in, dude.
My hands are sweaty. It's like,
that's so good, dude. You just put them in your mouth and suck on them as you play and shit.
Hey, calm down, killer. You're like freaking me out.
I got a gun everywhere. Fucking watch the fuck out, dude.
Oh, we're like going off track now, but like,
Sorry, guys.
no, but like, it's weird that like, I don't know. I've had this argument with people before, like with Richard especially, because I don't know how he feels about it now, but I one time I was like shitting on the fact that like the FGC is going like to esports, and he was like defending it, and I was like, so it's kind of weird, like you have different viewpoints on it, because in his mind, what he was telling me was like, if there's a way I can like make a living off of doing what I love doing, like I love doing this, like I want there to be more money in it and all this shit, like whatever it takes. And I'm just like, well, like, but I'm like, but would you still love doing it, like if it was something that you thought was,
yeah.
If it goes, people don't understand. It's like if it goes down that road to being more esportsy, it won't be what it is now.
Nope.
And you'll lose sight.
There's plenty other.
It already kind of is like that. And Evo got sold to fucking Sony, and like we haven't talked about this, even though we planned on it for. We can get our liquid death so we can just keep talking. Talk about it a little bit.
Well, we planned on talking about it for weeks, but we just get all hype and start talking about other things. But I get what Rico's saying, because I feel like there's a lot of other things that if you ask the person, like a professional skater or something, they used to love skateboarding until they made it their job. Even comedians, they love comedy. And there's a couple of them now that are just like, when it becomes a job, it's not as fun anymore. I definitely like dread going and doing it. And, I definitely see the magic in certain things. Like, some of the best times are the early stages of anything, because you see the passion, you see the magic, you see the pure love for doing it.
Well, it's different.
It's very different.
It's way different.
What was our drive for playing? I played every day. I training roomed. I online lobby. Shout out to fucking Stanley and Richard. Dude, we would fucking online lobby for hours, bro. So much rivalry, dude. Like, and then you'd meet up at Evo, and like, dude, it was so sick, bro. It was like, we all trained together for this moment, and we weren't getting fucking anything out of it besides just good times and fucking seeing where you fucking laid out at the end of the year.
Yeah,
there's
like this narrative now. It's like, oh, it's just a hobby, and people are like offended by people saying that shit. It's like, I mean,
I think a hobby's a good thing.
It's interesting. Like, in my opinion, I'm sure this isn't like, I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone other than myself, but I feel like, it had a soul. Definitely. And it was like, there's like a time capsule of that time period, and it can't go back in time, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not what it once was already. Mm-hmm. It's already way different than it used to be. And in my opinion, I know it's like, I've had this conversation with people before, and they're just like, well, winning's fun too. It's like, winning's fun, so like, I'm still having fun. It's like, that's like, true. That's just like an excuse for the fact that like, that it's not as fun as it used to be.
Definitely.
It's clearly not.
No.
And using like, it's like a crutch. It's like, oh, no, I'm still having fun because I'm doing good, I'm winning. And it's like, okay, but like, it's not as fun as it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, why are you fucking acting like, well, I'm still having fun because there's still fun here. And it's like, but it's not the same. No. And if it keeps going down that road, it's like, well, why shouldn't I be able to do something that I love? Like, why, I don't like, they got offended that I'm like, I kind of like thought the FGC was better before, like when it was like kind of underground, like whatever. And it's like, they're just like, well, this is like, you're taking into like what? I'm like, dude, I already have a fucking career. Like, and I mean, maybe I'm speaking through that like lens of like, I have like a job that I think is fun. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, look, there's some people that have a job, like, I want to do what I love, so like, I never get, so like, every time I work, I'm like, I'm not really at work, I'm just like doing things. Like, bro, when you do something that you even love for fucking 20, 30 fucking years, you fucking have nightmares at night about that shit. Like, you don't want to fucking do that shit anymore. It's like, it's not fun, especially whenever it takes all the goddamn fun away from it, because it has to be more corporate and more what's it called, and we got to get more people to come, so we got to ban people who are just not who we think are there were probably people like, oh, you're talking about all these bad people. It's like, no, I'm talking about people who just made a bad fucking joke that didn't hit.
Definitely.
It's like, why are we banning these fucking people? He's a piece of shit. It's like, okay. So, he's a piece of shit. Who cares? I don't fucking like him either. But, like, I don't want to one day get banned for something that someone else thinks that they like, well, that wasn't a funny joke. Like, we're going to ban you too. It's like,
right.
It's not cool. Like,
No.
you shouldn't fucking do that. People should be able to have fucking freedom of speech. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Oh, it's the truth.
But I mean, it's kind of crazy because it's like Brink.
Shout outs to fucking.
It's like the soul skaters.
X-Blades versus Pup and Suds, bro.
Exactly, dude. It's like you want to sell out and be a fucking sellout skater and like everyone will fucking hate you. It's like, or you can just like
forced to like throw Puerto Rican girls down the streets and like have her fucking like rip her body apart and shit.
It's crazy though, man. It's super crazy, and like all these like. I don't know.
Soul skating, dude.
I don't know what I think about these apprentice tournaments. Like, you know, like, did you hear about Infiltration and how, like...
I did hear about this.
They were like, he rigged a fucking bracket. He's like a piece of shit. It's like, I don't know how many people have, like, run a tournament, but, like, you have to rig the bracket. Like, it's called seeding. Like, if you don't rig the fucking bracket... Then you have people play each other that aren't supposed to play each other, or that play each other all the time, or the two best people play in the first fucking
and
round.
One gets knocked out, and it's just fucking shit.
It's like,
already,
what
dude.
the fuck? Like, it's like going to a Temecula tournament if you don't rig the fucking bracket. Blaze is like, who are the best friends that play each other every week? You're like, hey, us and us. Like, you're not gonna put us together, right? He's like, no, of course not. And then like first round is like, oh, Vincent, I guess we're playing each other. Fucking
Jason,
Richard and Jason, fucking Sean and Paul. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, no one rigged this bracket. Why are we all playing each other?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like, you know?
It happened every time, dude. It's not like it fucking randomly went
And they're like, oh, well, people, like, didn't... I guess one of the controversies was that, like, it was an online tournament, and, like, it was, like, during, like... It's like an apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
There's these Alpha 2 online tournaments called, like, Alpha Apprentice, and it's, like, all, like, newcomers. And it's, like, people think it's cool, and I'm just like, this is... You should just do another tournament and let whoever enter. Like, why are we... I don't understand the idea behind it. It doesn't really make any sense to me. It's like...
Why would you want to play someone as bad as you, first off?
Well, that's
you know
one thing.
Like,
it's like, well, yeah, people are like, oh, I want to play people who suck.
At my
it's
level.
Like, it's like...
How are you ever going to get better?
What? Like, what are you talking about? Like, why the fuck would you want to play someone who sucks dick? You want to play someone as good as fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't make any sense. It literally doesn't make any sense. Well, because you don't want to discourage people from, like, getting into it. It's like, it's not, it's a screen. It screens out the fucking people that you don't want them to be there anyways.
If you play
Because all they'll do is complain. They'll say their stick is broken, or you cheated, or you're a cheap ass, or blah, blah. It's like, bro... Those people show up for a while and then they leave. You don't want to make a tournament just for those people.
If you have someone that plays a good player and loses because they're not as good, and then decides that they don't want to be there anymore, good riddance. We don't want you here,
dude. It's like
we don't want.
It's like
you
those
here.
are the people who like hang out, like talk to people at their work. They're like, yeah, like I used to go to tournaments, but I was too good. And, like they like banned me because I was the best. It's like, no, you stopped fucking coming because you fucking sucked ass. Like get the fuck out of here. You couldn't win a game and you fucking stopped showing up, and like people didn't like your fucking rudeness because you were like, you actually are just playing a like cheap ass character. It's like. We're playing fighting games, dude. If I could stab you in the fucking neck right before the match started, I would do it. But like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what kind of people you guys are, but like, I'm not a fucking like nice guy, dude. Like, I'm trying to fucking win. Or if I'm not that interested in it, I'm just trying to have a good time. But it's like,
definitely,
it's just different, and like, it's going in this direction, and it's like, you think you do. You think you want all this money in it so you can just quit your job and start playing Street Fighter for a profession, and you can be a professional player, but like you really don't. And like no one seems to understand this. Like, and maybe it has to go all the way there, and people have to realize like wow, like this is where we were headed the whole
Right?
time. Like,
I guarantee you.
You never know you're in the good times
Until
the
they're
good
gone,
times
bro.
are gone.
God damn
it's,
it, dude.
it's so
I
fucking
guarantee
real.
you ask any of these fucking porn stars, bro. You still like coming, bro? Fuck no, dude. They're making up concoctions so they fake cum and shit just to like keep their fucking job and shit, dude. That's what the asshole's a little frothy, dude. He's like, oh, my fucking mixture is off, dog.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is like the funniest shit I've heard in my life. It's like fake. The like goo porn shit. You're just like, what the fuck are we doing here? That's what's gonna happen with the FGC.
It's gonna be goo porn, bro. That's what's gonna happen.
There'll be a chick in a bathroom stall with like hogs sticking through holes, just shooting like fucking gallons of shit at the fucking corner. You're just like, oh, what are we doing here? Like, what happened to like the passion?
Yo.
Where's all the passion? But that's a good word, right? Passion. It's like, where is all the passion gone? It's like no one cares anymore.
No.
People cared more whenever they weren't getting paid to do it. When they would lug a fucking CRT across like 6 state lines,
Fuck their
walk
back
it
up, dude.
all the way fucking down 20 flights of stairs, walk all the way to the ballroom, fucking set it up, and then have someone like tell them they have to move it to the hallway. And like you see that super sweaty kid playing fucking melty blood, dude. And you're just like, look at those fucking nerds. It's like, well, you know what? At least they play the game. At least they're not in the Splatoon line thinking that they would play if they had a fucking. If they would play a game, I'd play Blaze Blue or Melty Blood. It's like, dude,
Oh my god.
God damn it.
That's so good.
No, dude. It's like, it's so real, dude.
It is, dude. No, that's the passion, bro.
The passion's gone, man. It's gonna be gone, and it's gonna go until it's just gonna be.
Money.
Everyone's
That's all
gonna
that's left,
pretend
dude.
to be the Kardashians, and they're gonna try to have all this bullshit. It's like, man, it used to be.
Everyone's lips gonna be all fucking slit down and fucking.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somehow, like,
It could be a good thing.
I mean, look, dude.
I guess only time can tell.
Evo's been whack for a while. It's been whack for fucking like since 2013 or some shit. Or even the second year I went, I was like, dude, this isn't as cool as it was.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of bad years, like 15 or 16 or something. When it went to Mandalay, it actually kind of got cool. But then they did the like arena, like final days at the stadium, and I was like,
Oh, okay.
I don't even go to it anymore.
Wow.
Like it's just, I'd rather gamble, like eat fucking buffets
And just
shit.
chill the fuck out.
Yeah, man, I'd rather watch basketball in the room like 700 times. Like, not like I'm not. I mean,
Oh shit. dude.
it's funny to watch it once, but you know, I want to go eat some good food or something.
Experience some fucking real life.
Get Raisin Canes,
Right.
Raisin
yeah,
Canes
dude.
every day.
Every day. Dude,
Like,
just have fucking bloody
no.
diarrhea and fucking.
What are we gonna eat tonight, boys? We got White Castle or Raisin Canes. It's like
I think I finally got a clean wipe this time, dude.
It's like
when we
there's
fucking done.
like a fucking like Greek seafood place that like will send you to like Nirvana like right there, and we're eating fucking Raisin Canes, dude. I'm just like, okay, all right, maybe this one time,
yeah.
maybe not ever again. But
Yeah, man.
I don't know. It's wild, but to each their own. I mean,
Yeah.
people are coping with this. However, you know, some people are coping it by like, you know, thinking through these ideas. Some people are coping with it by watching basketball like
Yeah.
7 times a day.
We're still having fun, right?
Yeah.
Still having fun.
As
dude.
long as I don't have to fucking eat fucking bread, chicken strips for fucking dinner, like I'm doing okay. It's like, I mean, Raisin Cane's okay, but like, what are we doing, dude? Like, what's going on, man?
I don't fuck, man. That is fucking.
But no, I don't know. There's a lot of this. I don't know. I don't like those fucking tournaments. I don't like those tournaments. I don't think people realize like what's happening. And then people are like, "You're just a bigoted piece of shit because you're like thinking that." You know, you're like one of those like, I miss the good old days people. Like
Yeah.
all those people are like racist or some shit. It's like, I'm not fucking racist. What are you talking about? like it used to be fun. Like it wasn't fun for me. Like this is funner now. Like I don't have to talk to anyone or like do anything. Like I don't have to. It's like this is cool, man. There's way more people. You don't know anyone.
I remember
Before
being
I
like, remember you could
recognized
just
everyone.
walk in, even if you weren't competing.
Yeah.
You could just walk in
Yeah.
and experience that shit.
Yeah.
You couldn't even do that anymore. Because I remember I went with you guys one year later on. I don't remember even what year it was, dude, but I had to pay to fucking spectate.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And I didn't even get a shirt.
Yeah. No, in 2011, I think you could just walk in.
That's so
You didn't
fucking
need
crazy.
a badge.
And it was cool because
Then you
what I
did.
thought was really cool is you would see people that we would watch on like 8 on the break. We'd watch all these streams, and you'd go there, and they were just another face in the fucking crowd, dude.
No, but you recognized everyone.
But no,
It
exactly.
was like you literally
but some
knew
people
who
were
everyone
like-
was.
It was still new to a point where like there'd be people there that didn't watch streams and didn't know who those people were, and you'd walk up to some random people like, yo, you'd be like shaking their hand, taking their picture, and people would be like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know who this is. Like, I always felt the undergroundness of it. It's what got me into hardcore. It's what got me. I liked knowing. You had to know. And if you didn't know, then you fucking were a piece of shit, dude. Like, I thought that was
You know what
the
it
coolest
kind of
part.
reminds me of is Comic-Con.
Okay.
So like, me and Vincent and Richie and
I've
fucking
never
all-
been.
we would go to Comic-Con every year until what years was it? It was like 2001,
Mhm.
2002, 2003, and we just walk up, get in line, buy tickets for fucking Saturday and Sunday, and go both days.
So
And
badass.
then we just hang out. And then one year we went on a Friday. We got in line, and people are like, "It's sold out." And we're like, "What?" They're like, "The 3-day passes are like sold out." I'm like,
What
"What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" They're like, "Comic-Con sold out. There's only tickets for today available." I was like, I looked at the line, and it was like way bigger than it ever has been before. And I was like, "Oh shit! Like, it's the end. Like, this
Mhm.
is not." You know, and that's when Twilight. That's like when Twilight came out.
Yeah.
Like we could. I mean, that's like what it was. So like, we had like
Fucking
4 or 5
vampires
good
and
years
shit, dude.
of just hanging out at Comic-Con and like watching the fucking like weird people with armor fight each other up on the fucking balconies and shit, like sword fight each other.
That's
You're
so
just like,
badass,
you're just like,
dude.
these guys are fucking stupid as fuck. And like, you know, you see the porn stars and you just laugh or like steal hentai from the booths or whatever. Like, it was just
Fuck yeah.
good old days, dude. And then Twilight came out, and it fucking just it ruined it for everyone pretty much. Like, it's just we only bought tickets for that day. We went, we were like depressed. We got like kicked out. We like tried to like sleep under a table, like cloth, like fucking. It was like we don't got a ticket for the next day. Like, why? Like, found us. Like, no, but like, you know.
That's pretty real though, man.
And I only ever went one other time. It was like when it was like the 25th anniversary for like Ninja Turtles or some shit. It was
That's
like
pretty
2009 or something. And that was it.
Wow.
I've never been ever again. But we went every year, and we just go in. And it was like $7 a fucking day.
That's insane.
It was like $7 for Saturday and $7 for Sunday.
That's
we
insane,
paid $14 to get into Comic-Con.
You know, it's like.
And then the tickets are sold out, and then you can wait in a line to get them, but it's $100. And you're just like, $100? Like,
That's incredible.
what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's stupid. And then the lines for all these exclusive things, and like everyone used to be able to get whatever they wanted, and now it's like, oh, it's like trading these like limited fucking Comic-Con exclusive things. It's like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, it's like something completely different. But I'll tell you what, I don't go anymore, and it's not fun.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that to happen. And some people are like, oh, I still like going to Comic-Con. It's like, yeah, but dude, like, when did you start going? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not saying I'm like super OG with Comic-Con, but like, I can genuinely say like, I went during a different era than the Twilight era, okay? Like, I knew something different. And that's what these like new FGC people like don't understand. Is like, they don't know anything different. They still think this shit's cool. It's like, bro, like, I went to Comic-Con in 2001, dude. Like, this shit is fucking stupid compared to what it is now. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess no. The new shit is stupid to compare what it was then.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, it's not fucking cool anymore, and it's way more expensive, and you don't get a free fucking T-shirt.
Yeah. You're jacking the prices up and you're taking away free T-shirts, dude.
It's like, what? Yeah, it's more expensive, and you don't get a free shirt.
That's fucking whack, bro.
I remember the first year that happened at a tournament. I was like, dude, what's going on? I was like, there's not a free shirt.
Did you guys not make enough shirts?
I was like, and I remember I still bought one. And people were like,
too.
People were making fun of me, like, you bought a shirt? Like, it should be free. I'm like, yeah, but I just bought one. Like, I know. I was like, I don't want to. But I bought an Evo jersey before they stopped doing it, too.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like the only person I know that has one.
Dude.
The baseball one.
That was a fucking cool one.
Yeah.
That was a cool one.
Fucking something, 2012, I think we did it.
Yeah, man, it's just, it sucks, dude. It really does.
Yeah. It sucks ass.
It does, man.
And everyone's just like, no. It's like, dude, do you want it to be like esports, man? Like, esports isn't cool. It's not cool.
It's not.
It's fucking corporate bullshit. You can't say anything. You can't act the way you want to act. It's like, it's weird, man. It's not what people think it is. And it's strange. It was like, I don't know. I got in this fucking conversation with my mom the other day, and it was like kind of a weird conversation. I know I kind of talked to you about it. Like, I don't feel like you kind of got what I was saying, but like, in my head, it makes perfect sense. And the argument was that like, they were giving me shit because I'm not religious. I don't believe in like fucking Jesus and shit. Well, like, they were trying to like pressure me and get all this shit, and I'm just like, I don't know. And they're like, well, I know God exists. Like, my mom's like, I know God exists. I'm like, doesn't that like cheapen it a little bit? Like, you're saying you know. It's like, well, what do you believe then? It's like, do you believe in a God that like favors? Who does he favor? Does he favor the person who
believes in him,
or the person who knows he exists? Because I would hope that he would fucking be the person that would favor the person that doesn't know, and they're like literally like sacrificing their whole life just for the belief that they have, not that they know. They don't know jack shit. There's not a face in the fuck. There's not a baby sun face like the Teletubbies saying like worship me. Like no, you're sacrificing something.
Definitely.
Because you don't know. It's just a belief. And you believe it. And it's like playing fighting games. It's like, you know, like, do you believe in fighting games? Or do you know that I can become professional? I can put enough time in, and I know that I can be a professional Street Fighter player. And it's gonna be, I know that. It's like, but what do you believe? It's like, what kind of fighting game God do you want to believe in? Or who would you rather he prefer? The one who believes in him, or the person that knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
It's like that, like I couldn't quite put it into words, like, but it's like the same thing. It's like, is it fun because you believe in it, even though you don't know that? It's a complete gamble.
Definitely.
We could play our whole lives. I've put 10,000 hours into fucking fighting games. Easy.
Because you believe it's a good game, dude.
And it's not because I know I'm going to make any money, or there's going to be some outcome that's going to be beneficial for me, or I'm going to have some career in it, or I'm going to have some podcast, or fucking, I'm going to make it big, I'm going to quit my fucking career, I'm just going to play fighting games because it's what I love doing. I'm never going to work another day in my life. It's like, no, dude. Like, I'm doing it, I'm gambling my life away just because I believe it. It's like, if I know, doesn't that cheapen it? Like, isn't that, like, maybe I'm just like thinking in this weird way, but it's like,
I think
you know what I'm talking about now?
Tim Dillon talks about this a little bit, where he talks about all these motivational speakers like Gary Vaynerchuk and people just be your own boss, do what you really want to do in life. And what he was talking about, I kind of feel the same way, is some motherfuckers just need to fall in line. Some people need to realize that they're not going to be great.
No, most people are dangerously unexceptional. Like, it's very common.
You gotta be happy just having a 95.
Dude, like, yeah, just settle in and have passion. Have passion for something, for your fucking hobby. I know people are like, it's a hobby. Like, talking, it's like, no, like, it's like, no, dude. I guarantee you, if it becomes like if it's like takes the NFL spot, if fighting games takes the NFL spot, everyone's gonna hate that shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, dude, remember fucking Comic-Con 2001, dude, where you could walk in and buy a ticket for $7, and there's gonna be some new jack going like, you're a racist because you're saying you like the good old days, and it's like, bitch, like I was here first. Like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You stupid little fucking. You know what I mean? It's like you know nothing else.
Yeah, this is all you know.
You only know the Twilight Comic-Con, okay? You only know the Twilight Comic-Con and the future. You've never experienced the super sweaty Comic-Con. Dude. You think people smell like shit these days. Like, I found a dead body at Comic-Con one time when I was a kid. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm just like being stupid now, but like, you know what I mean? It's like, you think you do, but you don't, man. You think you do, but you don't. Like,
let's just all find our passions again, dude.
Where is the passion gone, dude? And that's the thing, is it's the funnest whenever you have to sacrifice.
When we were doing tournaments for reals ice cream shakes at fucking Paul's house, those were the best days of my life, dude.
Yeah, why don't we do that anymore? You know when we stopped doing that? When they stopped giving t-shirts out for free. Yeah. That's whatever.
So the for real tournaments are off? Just like, I think we're done. Dude.
That was it. It's when you had to pay for a goddamn t-shirt. It's when, and you know what that represents? It represents the TO caring more about profits than they did about
their scene. What
they had to offer, like what they could do in service to the community that they loved and appreciated. Now it's like
practically built. Too.
How can we make more people come? Not because, in a weird way, it will expand its reach, but also it will expand my pocketbook too. And at the end of the day, it's kind of hard to look at it other than that like I can see I can see through the veil. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like. And maybe people are just like, you just want it to be crazy and dangerous, and you want maybe for there to be like a fight, or like you see one titty hanging out or something. It's like, no, dude, like
I just want a shirt.
I just want to sleep in a bed with a bunch of grown men, like, even though there's two beds, we're all sleeping in one, dude. No, I'm raising canes and fucking, no. I still prefer that over fucking super corporate fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows, dude? They might not have a BYOC area. They might get rid of the like side tournaments. Who knows what's gonna happen, dude?
Damn, I never even thought about that.
Oh yeah, the tournament, the Turtles tournament fighter might not happen. Fucking Catherine, fucking all these games that people like to play. You know. I might not be able to bring in my alpha setup, but I'll still have it at the fucking room.
Definitely.
And I can fucking find people and be like, I can put up on a Discord, be like, who wants to play? I'm in this room, come by. And that used to be fun. We used to have a good time.
Definitely.
And now it's like,
it's
not cool anymore, dude.
No,
it's not cool. And it could be. All you gotta do is give people a fucking free t-shirt and everything will change, dude. Give people a free t-shirt. Stop fucking canceling people for making bad jokes and everything can be alright, dude. Like, everything can be alright.
I think the spectators should be able to come in.
Huh?
I think a spectator should be able to come in. Or maybe be a cheaper price. I think it might have been, but it was still pretty fucking pricey.
That shit's not gonna happen. I mean, it's not gonna happen.
What if a Smash Mom? She's got to pay to spectate now, dude. Like,
yes.
It's like, what the fuck?
They made fucking Jamie Lee Curtis pay fucking.
That's the dude. I watched that shit. She's so cool, dude.
She is cool.
She's
cool
fucking
mom.
sick, bro.
And like, she only knows the Twilight fucking Comic-Con. I guarantee you, let's be real here, okay? if fucking Jamie Lee Curtis would have gone to Evo 2011 or 2010, she would have like
not worn a big mask the whole time.
When 2015 happened, she would have like blown the place up. Okay, she would be like the number one advocate for like keeping the FGC like cool. I swear to God, like people are just like, oh, you're a piece of shit. Like you suck. You're not even good. That's why you act. That's why you wanted to go back to the way it was, because like shitty people were like better because there weren't so many pros, and you're just like, it's like, dude, you don't have to fuck up. I don't even care. I just, it's not the same, man. It just ain't the same, dude.
It's not, dude.
And I just hope that with this Sony thing, it doesn't get worse.
Yeah.
And I know that is like wishful thinking.
That's fair. It's
But
good wishful thinking though, because
But maybe, just maybe, it can just stay like it is now, and it can still be something that I want to go to. Because I still like going to Evo. I still think Vegas is fun.
definitely.
Especially when a lot of my friends are there. Like, it's almost not anymore because I've seen basketball too many times, and I've eaten Raising Cane's more than I would like to for the rest of my life. But maybe, just maybe, the tournament would be fun enough to keep people actually at the venue, or
Yeah.
people can find a game that's fun enough to keep playing.
Definitely.
Like,
I feel
to
you.
where, you know, you don't have to go to the lowest fucking common denominator, which is Raising Cane's and fucking basketball. Like, 72 hours straight. Like, it's like, okay. I don't know, man.
I don't know either, Rico, but
Is it time?
I think it's time, bro.
All right, bro. What is it? 2.5?
Yeah, dude.
All right. Well, people, that was
Keep the
fun.
passion, everybody. Don't forget where you came from, because when you do, it's a long run home.